Did you send them away, Andy?
No, they're here.
Oh, can they hear us?
Yes.
For the best and most
Oh, no, we all
up-to-date
have to
news
behave
coverage of
ourselves.
politics, finance, and religion, go somewhere else.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere, Henny.
With your hosts, Shannon,
I mean, you want a beautifully painted school for your balls.
Sally, and
I'm over, y'all know I watch a lot of the TikTok these days. I'm over people whining about their childhood trauma.
Andy.
Earlier.
Before you even go,
Oh, no.
in the house, Shannon fixes us these 32-ounce roadies to go.
Featuring Shiloh
I'm not menopausal, but I'm hot all the time. So.
and Eva.
Rick turned to me and said, if this movie continues like this, we are walking out. He goes, I can't be doing this traffic shit.
Hey,
Hi.
Hey.
how y'all doing?
Well, it's Monday. How are y'all?
Are you working in your part-time bar job there, Andy?
It
What
looks
is
like
that
it.
background on that?
Yeah.
He's slinging drinks over there.
It's
He and
national.
Tom Cruise. They're throwing drinks back and
It's
forth.
Do
national.
some tricks with the bottles.
No,
Yes.
it's National Cocktail Day.
It is?
Stealing my thunder on that.
Mhm.
Yep.
I don't even have a cocktail. Do I need to run and get one? I feel
Yes.
like
Go get one.
Timmy.
There you go.
Timmy. I'll see if he'll make me one.
Of course he will. Of
Will
course he will.
you make me a small Tito's and Celsius? That sounds good, huh?
Small.
Well, a medium, not a tall. Yeah. But I did just drink a McAllister sweet tea, which is not part of the cult. So I did.
Oh, you got sweet. Yeah, it's not part
and
of
I
the
never
cookie
drink
cult.
sweet tea, and
You're
they
going to be
have-
all sugared up in a minute.
Mm-hmm.
I have this, and this is a big one. And if I drink a Celsius too, I'll be up all night.
McAllister's tea is good.
So good. So
I usually get unsweet with about a quarter of sweet. I just get a large
Yeah,
one and I'm
a little
like,
bit of it.
make it, just give it a splash of sweet on the unsweet.
Don't they use brown sugar instead of regular
Is that
sugar?
what it is?
It
I don't
is.
know.
Really?
Yeah, it's addictive. Yeah, it's a little bit addictive.
It's really good. But yeah, I don't like real sweet tea, so I just do that. I'm like, just give me a splash of the sweet in there.
This is really sweet.
I need-
Like my teeth hurt drinking it.
I need to verify with my tea expert. Mom, can you make iced tea with brown sugar?
Why couldn't you?
She never has.
Oh, well, tell her to mix up a batch right now. Let's have her taste it.
I'm
Okay.
gonna say it can be done, but
Yeah, I mean, sugar. It's time for sugar. I thought that was some reason. Maybe I could be wrong. The Google would probably tell us.
I'm
but
gonna look it up. That's what
Are
I
you?
think I'm doing
Okay.
right now. Yeah.
Okay. Can you hear my bartender in the kitchen mixing up cocktails?
Mhm.
No. Sweet tea, brown sugar.
Hey.
Can I use brown sugar in my sweet tea? Brown sugars might be too overpowering for delicate green tea. Ain't nobody drinking green
Nobody
tea.
drink. No. In fact, when I go somewhere and I like, if it's too like descriptive, I just want iced tea. I don't
I
need
just want
all
tea.
the.
I don't need the fruit. I don't want any of that. Is it black tea?
That's
Okay,
right.
that's what I want.
I don't need green
And I
tea.
want
I
it
don't need
over ice.
raspberry tea. I don't need any of it. Just give me tea.
You know, it actually, I think it's good for you because it says not only does it sweeten your tea with a molasses flavor, it also gives you more minerals like calcium, potassium, and iron. So
Win-win.
basically a smoothie. I mean,
Hey, I'm sure I'd rather have this over a smoothie any day. I know that.
through that kale and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
It's basically a
Gross.
health drink. So you're good.
You're good. You're good.
Yeah.
You're golden.
Okay.
So, how was everybody's weekend?
It was good.
Good. My weekend started on Thursday with a play. We'll go ahead and
I
talk
can't
about
wait
that.
to hear the review. Do you guys want to do the review now?
Do we want to do it now? We'll talk about it since it's kind of the weekend.
Yeah.
It was Back to the Future, and I thought it was really cute. I thought it was very enjoyable. The special effects with the car were fantastic.
They were good.
You cannot deny that, Andy.
Yeah.
It was really
I'm
good.
not. I don't deny that.
I think our seats were not as good as normal. Andy had to work a little harder to get to our seats than normal.
Okay.
And I think that put a sour taste in his mouth. And he also was tired and slept through the first half. So he really can't say much about the first half of the play
Yeah.
because I only elbowed him when he started snoring, which was 3 times.
It was
Why
that
are you so tired?
it was that exciting of a show.
It was
Oh.
really cute. It was really
We
cute.
thought it was cute. We saw it in London and we thought it was cute.
Yeah, and when the lead guy came out there, he looked a lot like Michael J.
Yeah.
Fox did back in the day.
think he
You know,
did.
the hair and the glasses and the vest.
I mean,
thought it was really
I
cute.
think, and I think when we went, we were not we were expecting
Expecting
not
much.
to like it, like
Yeah.
or something, but it was actually we were
It's
pleasantly
enjoyable,
surprised.
right? But
It was
Snob over here didn't like it, and
Of
he's like,
course.
"I find nothing interesting about this." This is what he told me at
it
halftime.
was I have to
It's Back to the Future. You know
No,
what
what
it
did you
is.
expect?
Okay, and so here's the funny part. There was a young couple sitting next to me, and the boy, and I heard them talking before it started. He had never seen the movie, so she was kind of trying to explain to him what it was about. And it was actually really cute because I could see him out of my peripheral vision when he was, they were trying to get back to the future and,
Yeah.
there was all the timing and stuff. Like I could tell he was so nervous. He's like leaning up, sitting on the edge of his seat. He's got his hands on his face. And I was like, oh my gosh,
Oh
I
my
love it.
gosh.
So, he had never seen the movie and he obviously really liked it. So,
Yeah. Well, we just canceled last minute because Tim had some work stuff come up, and he was like, "Will you go?" And I'm like, "No, I mean, couldn't find anybody to take the tickets." And so I called this guy from work and he's 20. So he's really, really young. And I was like,
yeah.
because he was the one we gave the Peter Pan tickets to. So I was like,
Okay.
hey, if I ever have a show, I can't go, I'll let you know. So I was like, hey, it's 5 o'clock. He was like, yeah, I'll take him. So he was like, it was so great. But I was like, do you even know what Back to the Future is?
Right.
And he was like, oh yeah, I've seen that old
Yeah.
movie. I'm like, oh,
That
thanks.
old movie.
Yeah.
whatever.
Thanks.
It was from the late 1900s, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. When this kid was born in
Oh
2005.
my Lord.
Mhm.
Oh my Lord. Yeah. So I enjoyed it. So that was kind of Thursday night, kind of kicks off the weekend, right?
Okay.
So
Yeah.
did that. I got to see Andy's parents there in town. So when I picked up
Nice.
Andy, got to see Bud and Suzanne and chat with them a little bit. And then I had a pretty low key weekend the rest of the time. It was kind of nice though, honestly. And then I finally, and we'll get to this later, I finally realized that I have HBO Max. So I've
you?
been binging White Lotus and The Pit. And
Did you watch
Uh,
yesterday's episode?
yes, we'll get to that. Yes, I sent you the
Mm.
picture. Joey and I are all caught up. Joey was like, "What's going on here? What is
All
this?"
these people on a podcast that have a brother.
oh, hold up.
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, you
So,
haven't
Sally
seen
Ann,
it?
Nope.
how far are you're watching The Pit?
Yes,
You like it?
it's so good. It's so good. But did we talk about? Did Eva when he talked about the pit one week? Did we talk about that? Noah Wiley just isn't as good looking as Noah Wiley was as a young boy, is he?
Yeah.
But I think
Well,
he's purposely supposed to look tired and
right. They do make him look tired because
yeah.
But I was telling Eva, I was like, like when I watch it, there's some times where I'm like, oh, he's really handsome, and other times I'm like, oh no, he's not handsome. Like it's a
Same.
weird, like I don't know if
Same.
it's his one good side or bad side, but I'm like, it's very odd. Like
It's a really good show, and like White Lotus, has been cast very well too.
Yes.
All the different
Yes.
personalities.
Have you
yes.
watched all of The Pit? Are you caught up?
No.
Oh, okay, because there's
Yeah.
lots of them.
There's lots of them. My priority was White Lotus.
Yes.
So,
Yeah. So we'll talk about that one.
Yeah.
later.
okay.
So my weekend was fairly quiet. We'll talk about softball, but I did the South Dallas AIDS walk on
yeah.
Saturday morning. So that the weather was beautiful.
Perfect for
It
that,
was
right?
perfect. It was like a 5K, so it was easy through right over there by Fair Park. So
okay.
so yeah, we did that Saturday morning and then went to lunch with some of my coworkers because it was through work. Our group at work organized it or participated. So
Nice.
yeah. So it was a beautiful day for that. So and the weather was beautiful all weekend. It was amazing.
Well, Charlotte's got beautiful weather where he is now.
Oh,
Wow.
look at that sunset.
Wow.
It's Texas.
He's getting ready for the sports ball.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And Eva's still celebrating St. Patrick.
Change it. I'm sorry. I had to
That's
eat
okay.
dinner real quick.
Oh. Okay.
What about you
Anybody else do
boys?
anything fun?
Shiloh or Eva, anything fun? Oh, your friend Robert was in
Yeah.
town, so
Yeah, my best friend from back home who lives in Austin now, he's here for work, a work conference up
Have
in
fun.
North Dallas. So he came in, it started today. So he came in Saturday morning and we went to brunch and then had a few drinks with the boys and then it's so funny though when he comes and visits, I always want to oblige and be like, okay, yeah, we'll go out, we'll, hang, fully knowing that he's been around this group many times, knowing that we day drink, and so by 6:30, maybe 7 at the latest, we're done. And so by 6:30, or actually 5:30 and 6:30, I was just like, you ready to go home? He goes, yeah, yeah, yeah. We'll go home and we'll change and we'll do a little quick maybe a cat nap or just a rest, and then we're going back out, right? I said, oh, girl.
No, I mean go home.
I said, I am so tired. But I hung in there, and on Sunday we didn't play till around noon. So we ended up going afterwards to well, we'll talk about it. To one of the fundraisers we had, and last night he got an Uber because he got his hotel room yesterday, and so he just came down here and met us via Uber, and so I said, "Do you want to take the Uber at one of the bars?" He goes, "No, no, I want to go to your place." I said, "Okay, well, we'll get it from there." 2 o'clock in the morning is when I strolled in, and I said, "I gotta work."
Those days for
Um,
me are done. That's
yeah, yeah, but I mean, they don't happen very often, so
yeah.
it was fun. We had a good time.
wait, last
It's
night
so
2 a.m.
we got home at 2 a.m. Yeah.
What?
Um, But it's so funny because it's not like, the bars that are crowded and, the dancing and, whatever's going on. We found the one bar that had nobody in it and we just sat on the patio and just talked,
That's
like
fun.
caught up.
Yeah.
It wasn't even about, and my girl, we could have done this at home for cheaper.
Yeah.
Right.
Did you take your fashionistas
But
with you?
it's
Did you
just
show
like
them those? Your
the what?
fashionistas? Did you show
Oh
your
yeah. Did you take the
fashionistas?
No,
fashionistas?
I didn't show my fashionistas, but yeah, so he's here and I think he leaves Wednesday, so I think we're gonna try to grab happy hour tomorrow if anybody's interested. So
Well,
before
apparently
he goes.
I left my debit card somewhere. My brother has it. I'm anxious to see what kind of charges are on that
Oh,
debit card when I get it back.
Yeah,
Should I have just taken it
yeah.
when it fell out of your pocket at the door and not told you about it and just
Is that what
saved you some
is that
money?
what it fell out?
It did, but you put it back in your
Oh
pocket.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
wow. And
You
then
should
it
have just
came
kept
right
it and you could have
back.
saved some money.
Yeah. So I should check that bank account to see how much is drained.
Yeah, you probably
Uh,
should.
we were doing pretty well at splitting the costs throughout the night, so I don't think there's too much on it.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
You didn't
but
realize he had it then if he wasn't paying.
No.
but no, we had fun. So
You
it
know,
was,
speaking of that, of splitting the tab, if you ever go on a vacation, Rosemary and I used an app when we went on vacation. I think it was called Splitwise, like to split the tabs of everything while we were on vacation. It's so nice, so convenient.
Is
So
it too
especially if
hard
you're
to divide by two if there's just two of you?
no, but that way we just kept you could take a screenshot of things. It's just
Okay.
easy to keep up with and converting from euros to dollars. And, I paid for this, she paid for that. But if you have multiple people, it's a very nice tool.
yeah,
Just an FYI.
yeah.
Our next sponsor.
Yeah, no, we would take turns paying for things, but then that doesn't always end up being fair because, I'll pay for this and it's $10 and then she picks up the next tab that's, $40. Well, that's not
Mhm.
really fair. So
Right.
so we kept up with it
Yeah.
as best we could.
Yeah. Sorry, y'all froze I froze for a
Oh,
minute.
all right.
Okay.
So what are we drinking?
Well, I would like to remind everybody that today is National Cocktail Day. So I'm
Oh,
actually fixed me a cocktail tonight. I'm having a
yeah.
little Deep Eddy lime with cherry ginger ale.
Mm.
It's delicious.
Nice.
Like a limeade, a spiky limeade,
It's like a
cherry
Sonic.
limeade.
If I had crushed ice, it'd be like a Sonic limeade.
Don't you wish
Oh,
we
those were so good.
But see, crushed ice out of the fridge is not the
Not
same.
the same.
Nope. Not the
No.
same.
I
Sonic
think when
ice.
y'all redid your kitchen, y'all got like a fancy ice.
We did. I mean, it's crushed, but it's like
It's not
cubed,
the
and then
same.
it's not the same. Like not the soft
It's
crushed.
not that Sonic
Yeah.
ice.
We have
Yeah,
that at work though. We have a ice machine at work that has
that's
it.
good stuff. But yeah, that's what I'm drinking.
Hey,
Cool.
I'm having a glass of wine.
My bartender already delivered my drink, so Tito's.
Tito soda,
Yes.
Candy Beth.
Tito's crayon.
Did you and your
So
mom start
Shiloh?
drinking
Nope.
this afternoon? No? Okay.
Nope. We did
So
not.
you got your noon electrolyte?
I am drinking my noon electrolyte so I can run in the morning. Yeah.
All right. What
Nice.
time do you get up
Sad
and
sober
run?
Shiloh. I get up at 4:15.
Ew.
Right. How many miles do you run?
Ooh.
Tomorrow I'll do 4 or 5.
Okay. That's
Wow.
do you wear something reflective? Do you run on the street or at the gym?
In the street. So I run with a group. So there's like 4 of us. I mean, there's like 15 of us total, but like there's
Because
4
it's
that I
really
run with.
dark that time of the morning.
Yeah, I have a light on, like a light on the
Okay.
front and a light on the back. Look at my shirt. Yeah.
Okay.
Does that start on Mockingbird, the running store there? Where do you start
So I do that on Saturdays.
Okay.
During the week it's up here in Richardson. But
Okay.
yeah, on Saturdays, like sometimes I run by Shannon's condo or Rick's old condo. Yeah.
Yeah. But
Cool.
speaking of running in the street, like when I drive to work and it's dark some mornings, those people in Highland Park running in the street, I'm like, you have really nice sidewalks to run on.
Yes.
Why are you in the street where I'm gonna hit
Yeah.
somebody
Yeah.
because it's 5:30 in the morning? Like, come on.
I used to get so worried about this guy when I would go to the gym in the morning, and he was on a bicycle, but he was by himself and he just didn't have enough reflective things on the bicycle. And I knew I was going to see him every morning, and I just wanted to stop and be like, dude, put some flashing lights on this. It's dark outside. Like,
And I mean, if it's a group like you, Shiloh, it's easy to see a group. But
Yeah,
like,
oh, yeah.
individual runners, it's
But, like,
like,
I see a lot of people, like especially women, like they'll have like early in the morning, it's dark, they have headphones in.
Yeah.
There's no light, no reflective. I'm like, you're just asking to be nabbed. Not that
that's
I'm victim
dangerous.
shaming, but like that's just not very.
It's dangerous. Yeah.
and I'm sure
I
we'll
mean,
see a
sadly, that's
Dateline
just the
episode.
world we live in. I mean, you've just got to be.
Yeah.
Right.
And even if, even like at dusk, if you don't have on something reflective, it's hard to see people sometimes. We have a lot of foot traffic in my neighborhood, and I'm just like, oh my God, y'all get out of the road.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and also too, you have a bunch of drivers that look at their phone and drive, and then don't pay attention.
Half-ass
So
paying
that's
attention.
that's
Like
a recipe
me.
for disaster.
Like
Yeah.
me.
I wasn't gonna say you. I was gonna say Brandon.
Oh, well, he's
Yeah,
worse
and-
than I am.
Oh yeah, and
He
I've
is
actually
worse.
been hit by a car while running, and it was during the day. Somebody was leaving a
How much-
parking lot and they hit me with their SUV. Yeah.
Really?
How much
Really?
damage to the car?
It was totaled. I just totaled the whole. This was
I think you're
This was-
okay.
this was 15 years ago, so I was it was a Skitty or Shiloh, so I didn't damage.
Oh.
One of the girls I work with at my little part-time gig she lives in that same area where the shopping center, it's shopping, apartments and all that. She lives over there. So she has a scooter that she just takes to work, and she got hit by a car one night on her scooter.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got to be careful.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
like I roll with people like they're like the car should move. I'm like, no, you're not going to win that battle. It's
You're
okay to
never
get out
gonna
of the
win
way.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just get out of the
Maybe
way.
maybe in Austin, they would actually oblige, but here, nuh-uh.
No.
It's all
No way.
move out the way.
Get out the way.
So besides
Mhm.
cocktail day,
It's-
what are we celebrating? What else are we celebrating?
Well, that's the main thing. Also,
Okay.
today is, let's see, National Cocktail Day. Today is actual National Chocolate Covered Raisin Day. Now, here's my question. Does covered a raisin in chocolate make it any better than a regular raisin? Because I think raisins are gross.
Yes.
Chocolate
Oh,
or
I
no.
love raisins.
I like
Raisins are
raisins,
good.
but not chocolate covered raisins. Like
Uh,
I like them separate, but I don't like them together.
Raisins, the fact I've read this before, and this is me. The fact that raisins can sometimes look like chocolate chips are part of the reason of my trust issues, because you take a bite of that. And
Like
it's
it's an oatmeal raisin cookie, not a chocolate chip cookie. Yeah.
Mhm.
I love
So
raisins.
it's Raisin Day. Today is the birthday of also two designers. One who is a big gay icon, I feel like, and that's Mr. Bob Mackie. I
Yep.
mean,
Yes.
he's like gayest
Yep.
of the gay, right?
Mhm.
Today is also Tommy Hilfiger's birthday, which is a big
Mm.
straight dude icon, I think, when you
Yeah.
think about it. Everybody wore
It
Hilfiger
wasn't like
stuff
the
back in
80s.
day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
90s.
Let me see what else. There wasn't a lot going on. today, tomorrow is National Medal of Honor Day. So I think we should always acknowledge anyone who's
Yeah.
received a Medal of Honor. Let's see. Oh, tomorrow in 1954, the first color television is manufactured by RCA. What a day that was, right?
What year?
And
What year was it?
1954. It featured a 12.5-inch screen, and it was sold for $1,000 in 1954.
Oh my God.
That was big ballin' back in the
Wow.
day. That was
Wow.
like, did y'all watch The Office? Do y'all remember when what's his name had the flat screen TV and it was really small? Did anybody watch The Office?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about,
Today's
Charlotte?
the 20th anniversary. The office turns 20 today too, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, there you go. And then one
Thanks
more
for stealing
thing.
that from me.
Do what?
Thanks for
Text
stealing
me
that
your
from me.
notes in
That was on
advance.
my list.
Yeah, text me your notes in advance.
That's pop culture.
Also, I will say this, in 2019, and this kind of bothers me, in 2019, NASA had to cancel an all-female spacewalk because it didn't have enough spacesuits to fit the women astronauts in 2019.
You think
What?
it's because they are
Oh.
retaining water, or that's
But they're
Just-
lighter.
But my whole thing is like, come on, NASA.
Really?
There are girl astronauts. Yeah, women in STEM. We promote this every day. What
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know, you need something a little bit wider in the hips and smaller in the waist. Come on.
We can put a man on the
But
moon,
it's-
but not a woman in an
but it's a
astronaut
spacesuit. Like they're not fitted, right? Like it's not like it's
Well,
form
I know.
fitting.
So were these women tight? Like, why couldn't they fit in the suits? That's
So I guess okay, so let's say you have a whole crew of women astronauts, right? And they go to the space station or
Yeah.
whatever.
And they're all in
for-
the same cycle. They
I was gonna
sync
say,
up.
do they all get on the
Yes.
same cycle when
Yes, the moon's right there. It's fucking everything up.
that never.
They
Me
get out
and
of the
my
spacesuits.
I
The
don't
space
think
bears
that
show
ever
up. It's
happened.
bad.
I don't think that
Space-
ever happened with any of the roommates I ever had that we all
really?
got.
That's
I think-
that's a myth. That doesn't really
I
happen.
don't know if it's a myth. I think it probably happens, but it never, like, I don't think my sister and I did. I don't think any of my roommates and I were ever on the same cycle. So,
Because the guys here, we've all synced up. Anytime we take a trip and we're there for like a week, we're on the same cycle. So
are you? Yeah. Y'all all experience your menzies at the same time.
yeah.
Boise.
Something.
Later this week on the 28th is National Weed Appreciation Day, but it's not that kind of weed. It's just like, weeds like
Oh.
That grow.
Like what's in my front yard right
Yeah.
now?
like dandelions and stuff, not like
Oh.
THC.
I mean, that would
It's
be
also
420.
It's also Timmy's birthday on Friday.
Okay. And
Yeah.
then also on the 28th, the last thing is National Something on a Stick Day. So like a corn dog or chicken on a stick or a
Or
For
smoothie.
Jesus
Timmy's
Christ.
birthday, we're gonna shove a stick up his ass, and then we have something on a stick.
Timmy
Oh
on a
my God.
stick. It's Timmy on a Stick Day. All right. That's all I got, y'all. That's it.
Awesome.
I
Cool.
went through and looked, and I guess Shiloh and I stole some of Eva's thunder.
Uh,
I
just
don't know.
one.
There's enough other pop culture stuff to talk about.
Happy
Oh, yeah.
spring.
He'll have-
Spring
Happy
has sprung.
spring.
It's
Yes.
spring.
So if you follow, the old time fashion rules, you can now wear your white pants. You can now wear linen.
Yeah.
I say you can wear whatever you want to wear based on the climate you're in. So,
Yep.
Agreed.
so
Okay.
Shiloh, get out those white linen pants, girl. Put them on.
So can I wear my whitey tighties? Is that okay? Is that
Oh,
yes.
I can start wearing those? Okay, good.
No
Yeah.
underwear under those white linen pants. Just
Yeah,
Yeah.
just free ball it. Yeah.
No. We've seen him in New Orleans. He doesn't need. He needs to wear underwear.
I sweat. Yeah, I sweat. You're gonna
So we'll
it's a
roll
wet pants
into
contest.
we'll roll into obsessed with it. I'll go first because it kind of goes along with the spring linen fashion. So I'm kind of obsessed with these new
Oh,
on shoes that I got, which are very springy.
those
and
are so cute.
And so
They're kind of old school at the same
they
time.
are.
They're like a modern twist on an old Oxford, right? I like it.
Yeah, they're
Or a
cute.
bowling shoe, whichever.
Yes. Yeah. So I'm kind of obsessed.
I like them.
because I am a
Is
shoe
that
guy.
like a gray and like
Yes. Yes, it's a gray and then a baby blue color.
a okay? I like.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
pretty.
So that's what I'm obsessed with. So spring clothes and spring shoes. So I'm all
Spring
about
has
it.
sprung.
Yes. All right. Who's next? Obsessed with.
Kyla?
I am
Solo?
obsessed with the Texas Rangers. Opening day is Thursday. We'll cover that a little more in sports ball, but
Did y'all get an invite for opening day from Shiloh?
No.
I didn't.
I do have 2 tickets available if anyone.
Let me unbutton my top just a little bit here.
Just so we're clear, when Andy took me on a date, he got felt up. So just keep that in mind.
You did get felt up. So does that mean I would fill you up or you would fill me up? Which...
We can talk about it. Yeah, it's up for negotiation.
Okay. Okay.
Nice.
Good to know.
All right. He's obsessed with the Texas Rangers. Who's next?
Are we going to win it again this year?
We're gonna win the whole fucking thing. The team looks
Hell
good.
yes.
Yay.
We
Is
need
there-
a win.
Is there a giveaway at the opening day this year?
Every year it's the same. It's a magnet that's the schedule for the season.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
No
Yeah,
Bob.
I
every
want
year,
Josh
yeah.
Smith.
Okay. All right. Who's next?
Well, I've got what
I-
I'm obsessed with. It's Easter. The
Oh my
Reese's
God.
Easter
Eggs.
eggs.
Yeah.
They're better than regular Reese's cups. I don't
Mhm.
care. I don't know what's
Agreed.
different. They're better.
You're
They're
right.
delicious. And I wish I hadn't have bought them because
They're like crack. They're
so
like
now it's just
You're
me and a
absolutely
bag of
right.
these in my refrigerator. So
Don't go to
Have you seen-
Costco because they have them in bulk.
but they're
you
better than
seen-
regular Reese's cups,
Yeah.
aren't
Oh
they?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Have you
They're-
seen that commercial, that Reese's commercial that they have
Thank
for
you.
Easter where it says they have the little kid walking through, and on one side it's the Reese's eggs, and on the other side it's the Cadbury, and they make her
Yeah.
choose which one's the best. And she's like, I like them both. I mean, they're both
So-
great. And they're like,
So is it
Cadbury egg. I'm team Cadbury egg all
Are
day,
you
every day.
really? No.
Oh, I love Cadbury eggs. My favorite.
That's a good
Reese's.
viewers
Yes.
poll. Viewers message us and let us
Oh,
know
yeah.
which you prefer.
Yeah.
Doesn't Cadbury have the creamy
That-
center
Yes.
gooey stuff?
That
Yes.
gooey
Yeah.
stuff.
Now, it has to be the classic ones. It can't be like the caramel ones. The caramel ones are gross. I don't need
Give
that
me
much
the
caramel
chocolate
in
peanut
an egg.
butter any day of the
Oh.
week. So
But I'll eat those too. I like those too.
yeah. So that's
But-
my
But do we eat Peeps for Easter or no?
No.
No.
Gross.
Just wondering.
You can put
That's
them
why
in
they
hot
put 'em-
chocolate, and it's pretty good.
No.
Do what?
Never.
Put them in hot chocolate, and also you can take 2 of them and put them in the microwave and give them toothpicks, like they're sword fight, like they're jousting. And then you can put them in the microwave, and as they explode, one will knock the other
Because
over.
they're basically just marshmallows, right? I
Yeah,
mean,
that's it.
Covered in extra
But
sugar.
Ladies and
gross.
Yeah.
gentlemen, another example of entertaining yourself in the country with Shiloh.
but that's also
Yes.
food.
That's some backwoods
also
shit.
Put
Yeah,
Peeps on.
Stella, that's also food on a stick day right there. You
Yep.
said
it is. Yeah, it
toothpicks,
is.
so it's
Yeah.
food on a stick.
You need to come
Yeah.
up with your little segment like hillbilly something, where you come up with like put some mayonnaise on a piece of bread and
Like
there's
when I
dinner or
talked about a
something.
mayonnaise sandwich.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Which, by the way, my sister and I had a conversation again this weekend about cheese toast, and she's still like, she's like me and Andy. She's like, I don't understand how these people have never heard
Thank
of
you. Thank you.
No clue.
Uh,
So anyway, okay.
Eva,
Candy, what are you obsessed with?
Either
Um,
one.
I'm obsessed with these videos on YouTube of this guy who's inserted himself into a pride of lions.
He's real?
So
Yeah.
they're gay lions.
No,
Is it a rainbow flag pride or
no. They're just, the lions just adore him and love him and jump all over him. And it's just warm, fuzzy, happy feeling.
there's a good chance he will die by
Lion.
lion, death by lion.
These lions just love him. All of them.
You know, Siegfried and Roy's tigers love them too.
well, they were
until-
mean. They were mean to him.
until they didn't.
Oh,
These-
And when you say inserted himself, he like lives among them? What do you mean?
Or you
um,
mean inserted himself?
Oh no.
There we are. But
no porno.
Candy, your
head.
parents can't hear us, right? Like we're good.
No,
Okay, thank you.
no.
but if they did, they know it was you that said that.
Yeah.
And they know their gardener was talking right then too.
Yeah.
So Andy, is he living amongst them? I don't get it.
He
What's
doesn't
the-
live with them. He just goes and sees them every
Is he on the
week.
TikTok? What's he on?
He's on the YouTube.
Oh, the
Does he
YouTube.
live in
Okay.
Africa? Like where are these?
I'm not sure, but I
It's
just
probably a
In
green
Denton?
screen.
They're in Denton.
I'll send. I'll put a link in the show notes. And you
We're
can
gonna need a
watch
little
it.
more info, Andy. When you
I
see
know.
stuff
I need
like
a little
this.
bit more of this.
I can't explain it.
How many
That's-
lions are there?
Oh my
I mean,
gosh, about 10, 15.
Like, is this like the Lion
they-
King?
do
Is
they
there a
think he's
one
Simba?
of
Is
them?
there a
Do they-
Scar?
Um,
Like, what's happening?
No, I'm
Do they groom him? Like, you know?
Yeah, sometimes.
They lick him?
Yeah,
Ooh,
sometimes.
Maybe it doesn't taste good. That's why they're not eating them.
ugh,
No.
Maybe.
weird.
I'm
They're
gonna.
like, tastes like
Oh,
chicken. I'm good. So
But nowadays you can't tell if it's real or not because all the AI crap.
AI is so good.
Right.
Today, I
Yeah.
want to take you guys a little bit closer into the life.
okay, that's one.
If I was a lion, I would eat him to shut him
Yeah.
I would
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
He
Remember
was
what
like a
happened to the
bad Arnold
crocodile?
Schwarzenegger.
What was the
Yeah.
what was the name? The
Oh,
Irwin? The
The one that
Irwin?
Steve
died
Irwin.
I've
Super. Yeah,
by alligator. Was it
also,
alligator? He
yeah.
got eaten by or
He got
something?
barred
Stingray.
by a stingray.
Swordfish
Yeah.
or
I
spearfish.
Stingray.
also like panda videos. They're so cute.
Pandas are so stupid and
I
adorable.
know
I love
exactly.
pandas.
Hold
Yeah.
up, hold up.
Mhm.
Andy, the man with no heart, suddenly is all cuddly about lions and pandas. Like, who are you? What's happened?
Yeah.
I still hate y'all.
Well, there you go. At least that
Say
didn't
I
that.
change.
I
Thank
don't know
God
how
that hasn't
pandas.
changed.
I don't know how pandas aren't extinct because they appear to be really stupid but
Yeah,
adorable. So
yeah.
And they're not really bears. Yeah,
what are they?
What?
go figure.
Marsupials?
They're
Are they
not
marsupials?
classified as
What are
bear.
they?
I don't think they're marsupials. They're mammals, but I don't think they're.
Hmm.
They're bears.
Why do we call them panda bears if they're not
They
bears?
look like
And they're
bears.
actually they've actually stopped referring to them as panda bears because they're not a true bear.
Oh,
So they just call
Did they
panda.
ask for that because they were offended by being called a bear, or
Well, I
we just
mean,
did it on our
when
own?
you misgender them or when you misname them,
Mislabeled
then yes,
them.
I'd be offended. I mean,
Misgendered
what do
them?
they
Aren't you
do?
the scientist?
They just eat. All they eat is bamboo, isn't it? And they all
Yeah.
they eat.
Yeah. Well, they
So,
eat some other stuff besides bamboo, but
don't they all live in zoos now? Are there any
bamboo
in the
mainly.
wild left?
Of course they are.
some of them,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
The giant
See?
panda, also known as the panda bear or
Check your
simply
text.
panda, is a bear species endemic to China.
Check your text.
This is Wikipedia, which is always correct,
Oh,
The
right?
giant
Always
panda isn't a
correct.
panda.
If you got it on the internet, it's always correct.
baby panda.
Isn't that the cutest thing?
Ah,
Baby
that's
panda.
Yeah,
AI right there. That's
They're
they're
I
totally
cute.
want
cutest
one. Can
thing.
I have one?
I
We
want
have
one.
it on the team.
Right?
We do have a panda on the T team. Yeah.
When
Okay.
you watch videos of them trying to climb a tree, they fall down or
They
roll
fall.
down.
They're stupid. I love
Or
them.
there's one video of this panda, a huge grown panda, just the car, not a car wheel, somersaults down the hill of snow. It's so funny.
Who are you?
I just love it.
No,
Is
God,
it
weird.
when did you get feelings back? I'm so
Andy,
concerned.
blink twice if you're not okay? Are your
Right.
parents listening? Are they watching you? They're not listening.
Look,
Right.
look, I said, I
His
still,
parents are there. He's
I,
being nice.
I still hate y'all. I told you that.
It does say a couple of things have said it is a true bear. However, it's a bit of an ecological oddball since it exclusively lives on bamboo.
Yeah.
So it's a bear, but the bear we don't really talk
It's
about, you know.
yeah.
Okay.
Like Brandon's a true bear, but he doesn't live off only pizza.
Mm, chicken fingers?
Times.
No, he eats sushi. I saw the picture of the sushi he ate.
Oh yeah, the sushi. Yeah,
Oh,
the sushi. Yeah,
it was a lot.
yeah.
All right, Eva, what are you
Um,
obsessed with?
I'm obsessed with, and this was very controversial in the circle when
Ooh.
I announced it. I'm obsessed with my new iPad.
No, no, no,
I got the new
no,
A16 iPad,
no,
and apparently
Mine's the
Shannon just
9
had
and I
some
love it.
worse.
no. So
He
here's
had
why.
some very
He got a new Mac computer. He has that. He has his phone. Why do you need an iPad? Why?
Did you buy
Where do
that
It's
you
or
a good
did Rick buy
go?
travel.
that?
Where do you go that you need an
Travel.
iPad?
This is so Rick. This is like a distraction kit. Like you give a kid a TV so they leave you alone at home.
Like
It's the same
here,
thing.
first the fashionista, he started getting bored with the fashionista. So Rick was like, let me get you an iPad.
No, I actually paid for this myself.
Nobody believes that.
I just like
Oh,
it
one of
because
us.
it's got the
Just
touch.
because you used Rick's card doesn't mean you paid for it.
Whatever. It's got the little touch ID and it's bigger than my other one because I had a little iPad mini that
Okay, is
Rick's
this what you're
mom gave
using
me.
at work to watch Charmed
No,
while you work?
no, I don't take this with me. No, I don't take this with me. This is where what I travel with. This is what I'm going to travel with because
You
I
don't
can also
travel.
read books on it too.
You don't
I
travel.
do.
Oh,
I do read.
yeah, I
So,
can read them
well,
online.
whenever Rick's driving to his mom's coming up soon, I'll be 8 hours. I'll be reading something. But yes, I'm obsessed with it. I love it. But I don't know if this is just a me thing. but I have to make sure that when I turn it on, it comes like the factory settings, whatever. I have to make sure that it mimics exactly what my phone looks like
I
as far as the folders, the apps, everything. And so that way it doesn't it's part of my OCD.
I
I
thought
can't
you were
just
going to
have
say you
like
got to be careful when
apps.
you turn it on that the porn doesn't come up
Right?
automatically.
No, but yeah, it literally mirrors what exactly my phone looks like. So I don't get like
That's a little anal
anxiety.
retentive, though.
A little
Really?
That
bit.
is, that
I have a
is, it
problem.
is, it is, it
Okay.
is. But I'm obsessed with it.
All right. So what are we over?
Was Andy,
Oh,
did we do Andy's? Oh yeah, the
Oh, the
Yeah.
pandas.
pandas, lions and tigers and bears. That's what Andy's
I can
obsessed
do
with.
my over first. I'm
Okay.
happy to.
Okay.
You know, a month or so ago, I changed. I used to always go to Orange Theory. I'd been an Orange Theory girl to work out for like 5 years. Love it. I decided to switch that and go to a big gym, which I really like because I can do different classes and whatever. But what I have found at the big gym that I'm so over are people recording themselves at the gym.
Ugh.
What is the point of it?
eh.
They bring
Especially if they're not
tripods.
hot. If they're not hot too, like there's no way you should be recording what you're doing.
But did they bring like tripods to the gym? And I'm like,
Really?
are you broadcasting this? Are you, is this just like thirst trap material or do you have a fitness page? Like,
OnlyFans.
yeah, like what is the purpose of it? I don't
Mhm.
understand. It's everywhere though.
And it's men and women, yeah.
It's men and women,
Men and
yes.
women, yeah.
I mean,
And
is it like I'm recording myself to check like my
Check my
form and all
form later.
that?
they're
Or
not watching it back while they're there. They're recording it, whatever, for editing
Oh.
consumption later. Yeah, this is for social media shit. And it's annoying because like they'll be working out here and their phone is like over there. And you're like, can I walk across? Like, what do I do here? Like you're like taking up two machines doing this
Well,
shit.
and I was in a class one day, a group fitness class, and the girl in front of me set hers up on the ground, but she set it up. And so I'm like moving because I was like almost directly behind her. I didn't want to be in her video.
Right.
I was
Did you
there to
get your
work out.
permission to be filmed?
Yeah,
Probably.
I mean, if I'm going to be filmed, I'm going to get the money for it, not
Like
her.
if we're being filmed, we're taking our tops off, right? You're not getting this shit
Right?
for free.
I'm showing my
No,
best
but
side of my ass if I'm in that
I
video,
just feel
right?
like it's just gotten
Is there
kind
a
of
best side?
overboard.
Not
It's
of
got-
mine.
It's gone a little overboard at the gyms. Like everybody feels.
Well, that's why like my 24-hour fitness or became Texas Family Fitness and now it's a Planet Fitness, and Planet Fitness is the no lunkhead, the no
Yes.
lunkhead. And so you're not, but people still do, like you're not supposed to
They still
record.
do.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. All right. Andy, what are you over?
I'm over celebrities giving their 2 cents about the political environment. Shut up. Nobody cares what you have to say. Ellen DeGeneres has moved to England. Bye-bye. Rosie has moved to Ireland. Bye-bye. George Clooney, shut the fuck up.
Listen to
just-
the crotchety old man over there.
Wow,
But I
there he
totally
is.
agree with
There
you.
he's back.
He's back.
Mm-hmm. There he is.
I totally agree with you. Nobody cares.
Panda. Here.
Just show me the panda bears. Eh.
I didn't know Ellen moved. I didn't get that on my.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know.
Do you
It wasn't
care?
in your feed.
Do you
No,
care?
it wasn't
No,
on
nobody cares.
our fan club membership. I didn't get that update from her.
Ellen's kind of dropped. I mean,
Yeah.
She's been canceled again.
she has been. She hadn't been technically canceled, but nobody cares anymore about Ellen, I don't think. I think
Now she's hawking, what is their skincare products with her wife?
Yeah.
Whatever that I see on
she?
TV.
Ew, it's not
Her-
working. Did she
her-
use
No,
it?
No.
she doesn't look good. Yeah.
Just imagine what she'd look without it.
Her stock has
Ugh.
gone down. She is bankrupt. No. Bye-bye.
All right, Shiloh,
Yeah.
what about you?
I'm over two things. I'm over people sucking at their tournament brackets.
Hey.
But really, I'm over. We'll talk about that later. But really, I'm over. So my last Friday, I'm over work conference calls. So Friday, I had calls back to back straight from 8 o'clock in the morning until 4:30.
How are you supposed to get your work done?
I worked until like 7. Yeah, when I was I mean, not because people are like, oh, there's a time slot, let's take it. I'm like, you don't understand the concept. Like, I'm not blocking out time like for a working session. If my calendar's blocked, I'm on a meeting.
I mean,
but
an actual meeting. Yeah.
yeah, 8.5 hours of calls in an 8-hour workday.
You know, the opposite of
Yeah.
not opposite of that. The what bothers me also is when people don't block their calendar when they're out of the office. And then I schedule
Yes.
something, they're like, oh, I'm out. I'm like, Well, update your
Block
freaking
your
calendar
calendar.
so it
Yeah.
shows you're
I mean,
out.
Yeah.
I think you're, and I don't like it when people are like, they email you like, I'm trying to schedule something. And I'm like, well, you see
My
my
calendar's
calendar,
update
it's
today.
It's up to
Yeah.
date.
you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
Like, don't ask me if we work for the
Yeah.
same company. Like I have,
Yeah.
like we have to ask clients if I have access to their calendar, but like
sure,
we work
yeah.
for the same company.
Yeah.
You can see my calendar.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're doing something with somebody external, you can't see their calendar. But if they,
Right.
what is going on with Andy?
Why is there a
Right.
weird man behind him? Is that JL?
But yeah, no, I get
The
it.
Oh
bartender.
my God.
It's the all day meetings that
Mhm.
are just,
He looks creepy. That
He's
man
a little
behind you looks really
creepy.
creepy.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. And most of the more meetings, like I actually was participating, like I couldn't multitask. Like I'm actually participating.
yeah, because you were participating. Yeah.
Mhm.
And it's feast and famine. So tomorrow I'll have one meeting on the calendar for 30 minutes. So this is like what we're dealing with here. Yeah.
So for my team, my mandate, whenever there are meetings, they have to be on camera. Whatever they're doing, it's just a mandate. And I know they get pissed off because they want to be multitasking. Oh, there goes Andy off camera. They get pissed off because they want to be able to like multitask, not pay attention. I'm like, no, if you're on a call with me, I got to see your face because I got to
Hey.
know you're paying attention.
Well,
Hey,
I got in
that's-
trouble for
attention.
doing
I
that.
think that's the good rule of thumb. Whoever you report to, whoever your higher ups are, if they're on camera, you should be on camera. Like that.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
Now, if is that that's your mandate to your
Mhm.
team, right? What if your boss demands that you be on camera, but she's not on camera?
No, I would never
That
do
irritates
that.
me.
I would never do that.
My boss does that.
I would
I
never.
hope she's not listening.
I had an interview a couple of weeks ago and it bugged me because it was a Zoom meeting. It was on camera and one person on that call was not on camera. The rest of them were. It was a panel interview. There were 3 people and me on camera, and then this one lady wasn't on camera. And I'm like,
No, that's
trying
rude.
to hide.
No,
So
that's
it's
bold.
really weird when they're asking you questions and stuff because I want to look
Yeah.
at somebody when I address
Rude.
them, right?
Yeah,
So
it's rude.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think
Did you call her out and say, "Hey, bitch, turn on your"?
I should have. I should have
You're like,
because
fuck this job. Turn on your goddamn camera.
Right.
Uh,
All
I'll work
right,
for you
Eva,
guys
what are you
anyway.
over? Oh, what was that it, Shiloh? Or is it
Yeah,
more?
that's it. That's it. That's
Okay.
it.
Eva.
okay. I'm seeing it more and more, and it's bugging me more and more. I'm so over people not knowing how to walk in a hallway, on a sidewalk. It's like driving, people. It's just like driving. You stay on this side, I'm walking this way. And it's always people walking towards me. And I'm like, I'm not moving because I'm walking correctly. You're walking in my lane. And they don't move. And
like
they're like
North Park
literally pushing
Mall,
me off
like North Park Mall, there's a
anywhere.
right side and a left side, right?
Yes, anywhere. And today
Is
there
this
was
a
one guy.
cultural thing? Like, are you attacking a specific race or culture or
No,
country?
it's just it's not even limited to that. It's now everybody because everybody's getting dumber as we get evolution is going backwards.
Chaos.
But today in the hallway, I went upstairs to do to set up an experiment, and I walked downstairs, and it's a little long walk back to my lab, and I'm literally walking down this long hallway to get there, and there's 2 people in the hallway, both walking the same direction towards me, both walking on opposite sides. And I'm like, I ain't moving. And they didn't move. And I just went right between them. And I'm like, this isn't how this works. People, this is not how this works. Like, no,
Pick
no.
a side.
And it's bugging me. It bugs me so much.
Yeah.
So much. That and backwards parking, because I saw a lot of that this weekend. Ugh,
Tyler
I
does
can't
What kind?
stand
What do
it.
you call that when people
Backwards.
backwards park?
Yeah.
What do you call that?
Or whatever, parking in backing into a parking
No,
spot.
what's the name you use for it?
I don't think we could.
Oh,
say-
I think that's John. That's John. That's
Yeah, I
Michael's
don't-
partner,
That
John.
ain't
Yeah.
me.
No.
What
It
is
ain't me.
it?
What is it?
Well,
No.
no, I'm not saying that.
Offline. You know what
That's an
bugs me the
offline
most about
conversation.
people that back into parking places are the people where the parking place behind it is empty too. They could pull all the way through. Like,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
they choose to
Yeah.
spend 10 minutes while I'm waiting to get on a parking place to back in.
And when they do back in, it's like they're looking behind their shoulder.
Mhm.
And you're in a 2025 Lexus. If your car does not have a backup camera to help you facilitate your
Yeah, you don't
moving
need to
back
turn
into
around.
that
Just look
parking
at the.
spot,
Yeah.
do not turn your shoulder. And then they're like backing up and then backing up. And I'm like, child, get out of my way. Get out of my way. So
Shallow backs into parking places. It
I
seems to be
do.
a-
I drive a
it
giant
seems to
truck.
be a truck
It's a
thing
truck
now.
thing. It's
Yeah.
easier with the axle and the size of the vehicle.
Yeah, it
The
seems to be a
problem with
truck
some of
thing.
those trucks, though, is they're so long that even when backing in, block part like in our parking
block.
garage, and they park at bad places where it's like, well, it's
Yeah.
hard to get around because your big ass
Like
truck
the end.
parked there.
Like
Yeah.
everybody likes the end spot.
Yes,
And
they
then
park
this
on the
big
end
old
and you
ass
can't get
truck
around
parking.
them. Yeah.
You cannot get around them.
Not you, Shiloh. I know you would
Not
never.
you, Shallow.
Thanks for saying I wasn't too long to fit in the parking spot.
And when we went to the hockey game, I will say when we rode with you to the hockey game, he was able to back in on the first try, I think. It didn't take
Yeah.
him like 7 or 8 minutes.
Yeah, that's worse when they can't back in and all, and they're terrible at it.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
back and back.
Yep.
It's like-
Yeah.
Fuck
If you're
them
gonna
white
do
people.
it, do it right.
Okay, so I'll go last. So, and Sally Ann, she said this before about over childhood traumas. And this has come up, and I know it's been around for a while, but for some reason it's on my feed again a lot, is this whole bullshit around male loneliness syndrome. Like these 20-something guys.
Well, I don't know about that.
Oh, it's like these guys are because of, women, because of feminism, DEI, we can't get dates, yada, yada, yada. Like
That's
80%
why
of women only want 20% of men. It's such bullshit, by the way. And it's like Charlie Kirk and those idiots, but I'm like, dude, get out of your mom's basement. Don't be a dickhead. Shower, and you might get a date. Stop
Don't be a
acting like
dickhead.
you're a
And you know what?
victim.
Especially, I will say for women of a certain age, pick up your phone and call them and ask them on a date.
Right.
Do not sit there and text,
Mm-hmm.
good morning.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I hadn't even met you. You're sending me good morning text. Come on. Come
Good
on.
morning, beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What's
it's
up?
because
I
they
don't
don't
know
have
you.
they don't have
You up?
social skills, so they
Yeah,
blame
you up?
everybody else that they can't get a date. I'm like, dude, don't be a douchebag and you might get a date. Like these guys on Instagram, I'm like, well, nobody wants to date you, asshole. Why would
And
Yeah.
they
that's all
listen to
just
you?
like for attention,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why
Or
can't,
me.
why wouldn't you date me or whatever?
Yeah, yeah.
Instagram on TikTok.
Shannon,
It's like,
I'm
Yeah.
grateful for them because it makes my job infinitely easier.
Totally.
The bar is set so low for common decency. If you just are
Totally.
like nice,
And
remotely nice.
it's like these guys think the world owes them something or women owes them something. I'm like, dude, women have their own lives. They don't need you assholes around. Like,
Yeah.
it's weird. It's
Exactly.
just
They make
like
vibrators. They have
right?
vibrators.
Yeah, those things do things that a guy can't do. Like I don't see it
Yeah.
like that.
and men of a certain age, like men that are like my age, they want to date 20-something-year-olds. So it's like,
Yeah.
you're
Not everybody. Yeah.
a 5 on a good day,
Yeah.
and you're wanting a 10.
As long as that bank
25
account's a
years
10, you're
younger.
good.
Yeah.
That bank
Do
account's
what?
got to be a 10. That bank account has to be a 10. Then they can get
And that's the thing. It's like there are girls. I mean, look at Bill Belichick and his girlfriend. Come on.
Lord.
Come on.
Yep.
She didn't know who he was when they went out.
Oh,
When
whatever.
she met
Oh,
him.
come on.
How
Right?
old is she again?
She's in her
She's
20s.
young. Yeah, she's in her 20s.
She's
It's
18.
pedophilia, basically.
I thought that's why he was coaching there because she was a student, so he was trying to make that his kid
maybe.
closer.
When I saw the picture, I thought it was like his granddaughter. I'm like, wait, that's his date?
Mhm.
Oh my God.
You know what? If
You
it's
know-
worth it, girl, if it's worth it for that old man.
To
Juice is worth the
piggyback, right?
squeeze.
Can you
To
imagine
piggyback
Bill
on your
Belichick
Shannon.
naked? Ugh.
Oh, gross. To piggyback on your over it, there's another thing that I've noticed a lot on Threads because I go on Threads, it's like the new
Mhm.
Twitter. But when the guys are just like, oh, I posted that I was gay, or my profile says gay, and I've lost so many followers. What's up with that?
No,
And
you
I just can't
haven't.
believe that. And I'm like, who are you following? Are you following all the bros that you watch at the gym that aren't gay? Yeah, of course they're not gonna want to follow you. You're a queer. Or
Like along those lines, I will say, and this could be a touchy subject. I get aggravated when people are like, we have to normalize, cis men. How is it they put it? Anyway, cis men should not have a problem dating a trans woman. Yeah, they can.
What the fuck
Yeah,
is a
everybody's
cis
alive.
man?
It's
That's what
it's a hetero man.
cisgendered.
First off,
You
I
mean
don't
a
know,
straight man?
I don't know the
Fuck.
gender of either one.
No, not a straight man.
It's a straight, it's a biological straight man. It's what a cis man, what I understood. And so if you
No.
don't want to go
Gender.
out with a
It doesn't have
trans,
to be. It doesn't have to be straight. It can be
yeah,
great.
but if
They
you
can be
don't want
gay.
to go out with a trans woman, if you don't want to go, that's okay. I mean,
I mean,
we
if
don't
her dick
have
is
to
bigger
want
than
to
mine, we
date
got a problem.
everybody, right? Like,
My
would you say, Shiloh?
If her
Oh
dick
my
is
God, he
bigger
doesn't
than
need to
mine, we have a
repeat that.
problem.
Doesn't need to repeat.
He did
He
repeat
does
it.
not need to repeat
I
that.
got laughs. I had to say it again.
He did.
No,
He did.
it wasn't a laugh. It was like, oh my God,
It's
cut
kind of
that out.
true. It's kind of
Um,
true.
yeah, it's so pathetic. And I'm like, or I need friends like my post if you're in Dallas and you know somebody likes it. Where are you in Dallas? Oh, I'm in Fort Worth. Bitch, you're not in Dallas.
You're not in Dallas.
Post, bitch, you're not in Dallas. Oh, I'm in Plano. You're not in Dallas.
It's all the Metroplex.
Same Metroplex.
It's
Same
the
Metroplex.
Metroplex. But the other is like, I bet I won't get any likes on this post.
Yeah, yeah.
You better
Yeah.
believe I'm not
Crap.
gonna like you if you're throwing that shit out there. That's just
Okay.
begging for attention. It's
This
Yes,
is why
it's
you
all
should
begging
spank
for
your
attention.
child. Yeah.
this is why, and not everybody needs a trophy right here. That's
Yeah.
and we've
If
got
you want attention,
we've got a
go ahead,
whole
go ahead.
generation
Become a
of people.
Pisces.
We've got a whole generation of people that aspire to be influencers. That's all. That's their ambition, to be an influencer. That's it.
From the basement. And you can be an influencer anywhere in the basement.
Read a book, get a job.
Yeah.
Yep.
If you want attention, get the nails from Amazon. I would show you mine, but they're underneath the porta potty at the hidden door.
You lose those in the weirdest.
I
Oh, those long
know.
silver things, you left them there?
Yes. I was being attention whore yesterday and I
Really?
dropped them in the porta potty.
No. I thought
know,
Titty
shocker.
had 4 of them.
No, yeah, I had 4 left, but another whole
But
hand
did
left.
you scratch Brandon's back first?
Of course. Of course.
So do you already have another set on the way through Amazon?
No, I think I'm gonna rest for a minute. The novelty's worn off. I've already showed everybody.
Is it back to the fashionistas?
Fashionistas, yeah. Fashionistas.
No one was paying attention, so he threw him in the toilet.
Right? Are there
All right,
any,
Shiloh, you're up.
are
Oops,
there
sorry,
any
Sally. What?
Easter Lego sets that you need to
Mm.
start working on?
I don't know. I have to check. I think Rick got me an Easter bunny last year that I haven't done. Or for
Okay.
Christmas. I'll do. You'll see. You'll see at Easter.
Okay.
Okay. All right, Shiloh, you're up.
Okay. If we're not canceled, we'll keep going along with sports ball. We'll start
Gosh,
with
I didn't even look at my
obviously
bracket.
the Texas Rangers. Opening day is Thursday. It is
Come on,
a
babes.
long ass.
Hang on.
Hang on.
Ah.
That's a lot of clavicle. How you doing?
Wow.
Damn, SAP. Cleavage
She
dude.
really wants a ticket for Thursday.
Mhm.
I mean, I'm just saying it's opening day. You know.
Now I'm just wondering what I can get if I'm holding out. What if I text you on Thursday? Hey, you still want those tickets? We'll cover that on Monday next week.
We'll see.
So opening day Thursday.
We'll talk
long
next
ass
Monday.
season.
About what
We'll talk
happened?
next Monday. I'm excited, but it's a long season,
Who
right?
did
Like
they play Thursday?
they played Boston. They played the Red Sox.
Okay.
Boston, yeah. So opening up with Boston, 3 games with Boston. Long season, couple new players. Sorry, Eva. Nathaniel Lowe is no more.
Oh, I don't like him. I like Josh Smith.
Josh Smith is still on the team. Yeah, they traded Nathaniel Lowe. Yeah, it should be good. The team looks healthy. They weren't healthy last year, so we'll see. Again, long season, but
I think I'm most anxious to hear about what the new food item is at the ballpark.
oh my god, I don't follow anyone I don't know personally on social except for sports teams. So they posted today what they have. So they had the foot-long hot dog, but this year, or the boomstick, but now it's a boomstick burrito. So it's just a giant fucking skinny burrito. Nothing looked too crazy. They did have a lot of lobster stuff, like lobster nachos. They must have a deal with somebody who's bringing in lobster, but like lobster, a bunch of lobster shit. Yeah, I was
If
like,
we
okay.
were on the coast or somewhere,
Yeah.
I'd be all about the lobster.
How fresh can it be? In Texas.
You know, a friend of ours who I can't mention because of the litigation, his grandmother was from the coast, the Mississippi coast, and I remember he told me some words to live by. If you can't piss in the water, don't eat the seafood because it's not fresh.
That's a saying that could be applied to a lot of things in life, so I get it. We'll take that.
If you can't piss in the water, don't eat the seafood.
That's not
It's
true.
not fresh, basically.
That's not true. It's from the Gulf of America, Sally Ann.
But lobsters aren't in the Gulf of America.
It's not
are
in the
they?
Gulf of America.
I wouldn't eat a lobster out of the Gulf of Mexico.
Ugh.
That water does not turn.
If it did, it traveled a long way to get there.
How did it get there?
It's took a wrong
No, I
turn.
don't know. So I'm just saying a whole bunch of lobster items in Texas. I mean, let's do brisket instead.
Even if
That's
there's
what
some
we're
brisket
known.
stuff, but like that's something that stuck out. But like I'm sure the lobster's flown in date. It's ballpark prices, right? So it's not going to be cheap to get
No, it's not.
lobster there. Yeah,
But how do
just
you
give me
know
a
how
hot
much to
dog and some
order?
nachos.
Like, how much do you know to order? Like, you think, oh, this is gonna fly right off the shelves, and then they're stuck with the order of
What do you do
lobster for
with
the day
it?
that they
You
nobody
order for the
wanted.
first month, and then that lobster carries over through the rest of the season.
Now
Oh,
you want it on the first
gross.
day the order comes in,
Yeah,
basically.
you don't want to get
You're
lobster
like, what
in
day does the
August.
lobster come in? That's the day I
Yeah,
want lobster.
that
It's
lobster in August.
Can I
Ugh.
make a request though for opening
uh
day, Shiloh, that you and Sally Ann order one of those foot long burritos and eat it like
Lady of the Tramp that shit.
tramp? I want to see that.
We'll meet in the middle.
Totally.
We'll find out who can fit more of
I
the
want
hot
to
dog
see
in
who
their
can
mouth.
eat the
Who can
burrito
get the most in there.
best.
Yeah, you can get that, and then you can get a picture of the end results when that burrito works its way through.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, opening day should be fun. The Mavs, fuck the Mavs. Anthony Davis is playing again today. Who gives a shit? They're not making the
Yeah.
playoffs. They're toast.
They're done.
They're
So,
done this season for sure. Done this season. I'll become a fan again. I'll stop being pissed off next year.
will
Maybe.
you? Are you sure?
I mean, I'm not going to go to a game, but I'll stop saying fuck the Mavs.
So I did you guys see when you went to Fair Park the other night, Sally Ann and Andy, that billboard near downtown with Luca on it? And it
No,
was
but
like
there's still a billboard with Luca.
it says Luca deserved to get his ring here or something like that. And it
Yeah.
was like Luca fan for life, whatever it is. But I was like, wow, that's a pretty big billboard downtown. Whoever paid for that is still really
Fans
paying.
are
A
never
lot
going
of
to get fans are
yeah,
never going to get over it.
yeah. There was a GoFundMe for that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, when he was So that's what all that's for. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. And I've tried
The
to find something
betrayal.
that's like relatable, like the end of the Cowboys heyday. Like they let Emmett go,
Emmett,
they let
yeah.
Troy Aikman go, but they weren't like
But they
at the
were
beginning
old.
of their career. They were done.
Right.
Like they went somewhere and
Right.
played a year, and they were like, we let them go for a reason, right?
And they
They weren't
retired as
productive. Yeah,
Cowboys.
and they
They
came
came
back. Yeah,
back and yeah.
yeah. And it's frustrating because at this point, like Luke is not good. I mean, if he would come back, I mean, he loves this. He loves the town. If he's coming back, it's under new ownership. It's under a new GM. Like, there's no way he's coming back as is. So it's frustrating, and it's frustrating because it's the fucking Lakers. Like they
Yeah.
already haven't. Like it's just ridiculous. Yeah, but so that's the news of the day for the Mavs. Anthony Davis is back. Too little, too late. It doesn't matter. There was a report a couple weeks ago that they may have to start actually forfeiting games because they weren't going to have enough players to suit up to play because they just
Wow.
so many people have been injured.
Hmm.
Yeah. The
Sounds like our
Stars
softball
are
team.
yeah. The Stars are looking really good. We'll probably be the second seed going to the playoffs. Yeah. So a couple more, another month or two for that. Gay softball update. The Baby Titans, the D team, we actually had more than 9 people to play a softball game for the first time in who knows when.
Oh
A
wow.
long time.
Yeah. We had fun. We were pretty competitive in both games in the beginning, and then I don't know what happened. And then
One
the
inning
first
happened.
one inning happened. One team scored 15. We couldn't come back. And then the second game, we played a team we don't
Ooh.
really care for.
Why?
We won't name names. We played a team that
Oh,
my ex and her new wife coach and manage and run.
Oh.
No, I say ex.
is she a man?
This has been
Is
like
she a
3
man?
years.
Is she a
Speaking
man or is
of
she a woman?
speaking of women that have bigger dicks than me,
That's
so
By the
yeah,
looks of things, yeah.
I mean that's a lot of ass to get through. I get it.
Oh.
It they are clearly they're a team that has players that are rated above where they're at. They're a way better team than we are.
So they're stacking the lower teams. Is that what you're saying?
That's what they've been doing for a while. Yeah, a lot of teams do that. So they're a way better team than we are. They were playing with their food a little bit, and then they scored a bunch of runs, and they're up
and they
by,
just showed off.
and they just started showing off, and they're like getting excited that I'm like, you guys are beating the shit out of a team you should be shitting out.
You should be
You should
winning.
be
Like,
beating.
yeah.
Yeah. And it's the last inning. We've been out there all day. Bases are loaded, and if they score 2 more runs, the game is over. They run ruled us, and we're done. And they had just taken a couple extra bases, and we're kind of playing with this. And I was like, you know what? We're just going to walk their next 2 batters, and we did. And we ended the game, and they didn't get a hit.
Good.
They were
I'll
pissed.
show you.
They were pissed. I was like, you know what? We're just going to do
They were
this.
pissed.
We're good. They were pissed. I was
Did
like,
you,
well,
did you notice? Did you notice that she didn't even say good game to any of us?
she didn't go. She didn't line up. She didn't talk to
She didn't
anybody.
go through the lineup at all.
And when we did the coaches meeting before the game, she wouldn't look at me. She didn't look up. She didn't do
Is
anything.
she a
just gave me
coach?
wild card. She coaches that team. Yeah.
The ex or the ex's husband?
The ex. Yeah, they both do. They both got a coach, but the ex's husband is like her knees. She tore her knee or something, so she's not playing. Yeah. The Legends team.
Oh, the drama of gay
Oh my
softball.
I know.
For the
and
straight man.
I don't
gay-
even fucking
the-
care. Yeah.
With the straight guy and the gay.
For the straight guy.
drama.
And honestly, like I went up there, I don't give a shit. It's been so long, I don't care. Good for her. Like whatever it is, what it is. I don't give a shit. Like we don't need to be like this. Like who cares? Like you've moved on. You're in a relationship. Be happy. Like I don't feel anything. I'm good.
You traded down. Just saying.
Yeah.
Don't y'all agree? She traded down.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Well,
for sure.
the bar's
Hey,
low.
don't be a fucking
He
liar.
was like, well,
Don't be a liar. And Legends on to non-drama. The Legends softball played. They won so of our 2 teams, that was our 4th week of play. So that's 16 games combined. We are now a combined 1-15. Our Legends team won their first game.
Congratulations.
They beat the team that then turned around and beat the D team our first game. So. But
You didn't wear 'em
for
out
the Legends,
enough.
none of the games matter. They lost the one game that mattered yesterday. But like there's 3 games. They're going to the World Series. There's
We
3
played
games.
like
There.
shit that first
We did play like shit. Yeah, we're hitting. We just can't figure out fielding.
We also had the first game, right, of the day.
Yeah,
8 o'clock game. Yeah.
Did y'all play yeah.
It was early. None of
Yeah.
us.
I was like, girl.
early.
Oh yeah, everybody was so like I was there from 7:30 until we left at like 2:40.
Yeah,
That's a long day.
That was a long day.
Yeah.
Okay, so now the non-important stuff out of the way. Let's talk about the tournament challenge. Thank you to all of our fans who participated. I'm sure some of you
God.
tried to sign up. Andy doesn't check the email, so that's on you for doing that. Men's tournament bracket. We're gonna start from the bottom.
Oh god.
So Andy,
Ugh.
we love Andy. I believe he picked teams based on color of the uniform and if he could see something in their shorts. I don't really know what the details are.
I sent you my criteria.
He did. It's in the criteria.
Little movement in the shorts, I think.
So Andy picked UConn to win. So point of reference, through 2 rounds, Andy only has 2 teams left.
Yes.
In the Sweet 16.
Oh wow.
Wow.
So Andy's potential point total is 360 points.
But nobody cares about Ben.
What?
Well, yeah. Well, you care about men. So Andy, at this point, if he gets his maximum number of points, he will not even have a higher point total than the rest of us have already. So we are already going to beat Andy. Andy's done.
Loser.
Andy's already in last place, basically.
Playing golf scores.
It's
he's
not
winning.
me.
I win.
A little above that is our dear friend Shannon Brown.
Oh.
He voted with his heart.
I did.
And he also picked Iowa State to win, and they're gone.
Yeah.
So sorry, Shannon.
I was doing so good that first
Shannon
round.
was in first place in the first round.
I
And
was
then,
nailing almost every one of them, even the upset I got. And I was like, ah, shit, that's second
Yeah.
round.
And
And then the Mizzou game.
The Mizzou
Well,
game.
the 9 beating the 8. I mean, that's not
Vote with your heart.
upset. I mean,
vote with your heart. And then bringing up tied for. Well, actually, technically, Shannon's tied for second place with the SAP and Eva, but Shannon's winning team is out, so his back bracket's busted.
Yeah.
Eva has Duke, and SAP has Michigan State winning the whole thing. They're still in the running, and atop the leaderboard is your very own Coach Daddy. I'm going to gloat now because I'm not winning the women's, so we're going to gloat now with men's.
I still have 2 teams that could, well, not win it, but in the Final Four.
You could.
Alabama
the maximum
and
points you could have is 1,020.
Oh, I still can't win.
You still can't win, yeah.
Crap. Okay.
I mean, you could, like if mathematically sure, but yeah.
Probably not. Okay.
I think I'm in last place in the women.
So again, I'm in the first place. That's all I care about. Women's sports, great. Yeah, we have women's sports. So across the board, everyone picked the Lady Cox to win. I don't know
All
if
of
to
us
say.
picked
I
South
did not.
Carolina?
I'm the only one that didn't.
Who'd you
Oh.
pick?
I went with the homer. I went with Texas.
Okay. Vic Schaefer, I couldn't vote for him. He left us.
Texas is really good. They just did the men's team just did that. So Texas lost to Xavier. They fired their head coach and they just hired Xavier's head coach.
Yeah.
That's just
Texas did that
petty.
in baseball. They did that. They did that to Texas Tech. Like the coach they had, who's now at Ole Miss, the coach they brought in, took Texas Tech to the national championship. Texas brought him in, so we won him. He also got run out of town because he choked his wife, and there was
Oh,
a
yeah.
911 call, and now
I
he's
forgot
the
about
Ole
that.
Miss coach.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Texas?
Nice.
Texas is coach. He's old. He's at Ole Miss now. But like
Yeah,
2 or 3
yeah.
years ago, yeah,
They're
first time,
winning
yeah.
too at Ole Miss with the
Mhm. Yeah, they're still
the
in.
wife beater. Yeah.
Did that
No,
get
no,
him? Is
wife,
that what got
wife
him hired?
choker, not beater.
Wife choker, wife beater.
You got to get them to sign that form before you do that. Like, yeah, don't trust them. Don't trust them. So, SAP does not care about women's sports. She is
I'm so
in.
disappointed that the
She
one
is in last
female
place.
is I know.
Last
know.
place, but
My Bulldogs
Candy's
play
ahead of
tonight,
her.
though.
Candy's ahead of her. Not. No offense to Candy, but SAP, Candy's ahead of you.
Wow.
Yeah, you suck.
Tied with Candy is Eva with 440 points. I have 480, and Shannon is destroying us with 540
100
points.
Damn.
Okay.
So
I
he
Go
is
women's
in the
sports.
99.9% percentile. So Shannon
I could-
has
wow.
almost the best possible you can have so far.
But I could jump Candy and Eva, is what you're saying.
You actually you could jump Candy, but not so. Potential like the max possible points, you could get 1,700 if the picks the rest of the
Okay.
way lined out. Candy could get 1,580. Eva would be 1,780. I
I'm
would be
probably gonna
1,820.
finish in last place, it sounds
Yeah.
like. Okay.
Oh, you'll beat Candy. I believe in you.
Any dollars?
Yes. And that's in
I
pesos.
won the men's
actually.
last year.
That's in pesos. Again, it doesn't like we're picking, we're not playing, whatever. It's fun. But it's
There's no money involved.
yeah, it's the first 2 rounds for the men's are done. The women's are finishing up today, and then a couple weeks we'll kick off the Sweet 16, and we'll have another update next Monday.
Well,
So
I
I-
made
When
my
is the-
picks the other night after a few cocktails because Shiloh lied to us when they were ready.
I did lie. Yeah.
That's
It's
why I
okay.
verified because he's
I don't
notorious
know
for
that I would have made any different picks if I hadn't had a few cocktails versus with a few cocktails.
I mean,
Yeah,
I took the conservative route. So first 2 rounds, both brackets, I
You
picked
just
the top
went
seed
with the
all across the board. Sweet 16 on, I actually made decisions.
I felt rushed, and I think I need to do over.
I went with whatever Rick told me.
A friend of mine on Facebook posted, I think it was the other day, that, well, you know how the SEC had 14 teams in, which like was a record, and people were, and he's a Texas Tech fan. He was like, oh, well, look at the SEC, 7 dropped out of the first, second round. I'm like, but look at the Sweet 16, how many are from the SEC? There's 7
Exactly.
still in the Sweet 16. So I was like, take your Big 12 bullshit and hit
Just-
the road.
That Raiders rash gets in your brain too. So yeah, you gotta watch out for that.
All
So
right. Anything else, Coach Daddy?
Texas Tech and Brandon Brown have one thing in common. They both have invented their own STD.
Their own
And on that
STD.
note, Coach
Their
Daddy's
own
out. Yeah,
what?
the Raider, like Texas Tech, it's called the Raider rash. It's like their own variation of something.
Have you ever been to Lubbock? You'll know why.
It's an STD or it's
STD.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, weird.
Well, I think the sex part of it is why they call it the STD. But yeah.
Is that from the horses out west? What?
The Raider rash?
The Raider rash, it's an actual thing. Yeah.
It's a thing.
It's because it's a combination of it's dry out there. There's nothing to do, and
inbreeding.
A lot of inbreeding. They don't have enough spacesuits for the women astronauts. Like there's just a lot of factors that are
a lot of wind, a lot of dust.
Yeah, for the Lubbock Space Station. out there.
Tumbleweeds, yeah, tumbleweeds.
Andy, can you find somebody who went to Tech that had red Raider rash so we could get them on the show? I'd love more info about that.
Yeah,
They can be anonymous.
I'm sure I can. I'm sure I know somebody.
Shiloh, I'm sure you've gone out with somebody or two that's had the Raider rash.
I have never had an STD ever.
No, you've gone out with somebody. Who
I've
might.
never
I definitely have
heard
gone
of-
out with somebody with this.
I've
head.
never heard of this, but
That's a good one.
now I gotta look
They
it
have
up.
a Wikipedia
All right.
page.
Careful when you Google Raider rash. Use an incognito
I
browser.
shouldn't do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Use a VPN.
So, Coach Daddy played first base on Sunday, and that first game caught a ball, hit hard to the first
Snap.
base line, smacked it down and caught it. So Coach Daddy
I believe
was
that's
giving
called a
us,
snatch. I snatched that
yeah,
ball.
A
Yeah.
yeah,
snap.
he
Lemon
snatched that
snatch.
ball. Coach Daddy was
Yep,
giving us
lemon
lessons
snatch.
on the field the other day.
I don't
So
play
Yeah.
first
Wow.
And
base.
then
Yeah, that is not.
yeah.
and then you left the second game, and that's when the real Shiloh came in.
I didn't have anything in it.
Oh.
Oh, I did. Yeah,
Yeah,
I had one
it
on the
was it
ground
was
that I kicked
bleak.
around. There was no way we were getting to it, throwing him out. But yeah, I don't play first base. This is yeah. This is yesterday was the only time I was like, God, I wish PH was here.
Oh,
Oh.
Well, he just
I
stands on the
wouldn't go that
bag. He
I
doesn't
wouldn't go
move
that
anywhere.
far.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
sometimes
She
he
can
doesn't stand on
stretch.
the bag.
Yeah.
All right. Anything
All
else,
right, that's
Coach
it.
Daddy?
That's all I got.
All
All
right, let's
right,
go to
Eva.
But
entertainment.
I'll have a report next Monday on SAP's cleavage and the game
And the
Well, I just
giant
showed it to
burrito.
y'all.
and a burrito.
I
Okay.
mean,
I took a screenshot. We're good. All right, that's it.
Yay. All
Eva.
right. My
all
turn. My
right,
turn.
Ava.
My turn. All right. Is this on? Oh, okay. So I want to do a little bit of a this day in pop culture because there's some interesting things that were this day and a few years ago, but a long time ago. Um, Elvis joined the army in 1958. Did you know any Elvis fans here? I like
I
Elvis.
saw that when I was looking up what
Yeah,
happened on this
yeah.
date. So yeah,
But I didn't know how to present it because I thought he joined the army, but it says he was inducted into the army. So is this some sort of like word they
he
were
was
using back then?
he
He
was
was in the
drafted.
Like,
Drafted,
he
wasn't
was drafted,
He was
which is what they
drafted.
mean by inducted, right? Because he didn't actually
oh,
voluntarily
inducted.
do it.
I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
He was drafted. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he was
Um,
drafted.
and a very popular cartoon cat turns 80 years old today.
he?
Any
Felix.
guesses on who you?
Felix the
Who?
cat.
Okay, you
Is
said
it Joey?
Felix, Shiloh.
Joey? Joey?
Joey.
No.
I said
Garfield.
Garfield.
Candy? Candy, do you know what cat?
Nope.
Make a guess.
Sylvester.
Make a guess.
Sylvester.
Okay. SAP?
Garfield. And I didn't read
Shiloh?
that. I'm just guessing.
I say Garfield. Yeah.
Carl? Ding, ding, ding. We have a winner, and it was Andy Jones. It is Sylvester the cat, turns 80 years old
Oh,
today.
Fluffer and Thuckatath.
Yeah, Fluffer and Tuckatash. And read a little bit of a interesting thing about his name. His name is a play off of the Latin name for wild cat, which is Felis sylvestris. Sylvestis.
ah,
Sylvestris. So that's how he became Sylvester the cat. So a little
Nice.
interesting there. There were some notable movies that were released this day. In 1972, The Godfather was released,
oh.
which is really good. I watched it a couple years ago with Rick's mom. I had never seen it before in my life, and it was so good.
Do
It
you
was
know, I've
actually
not
really, really
watched it
good.
the first time in the last, I don't know, 10, 12 years probably. It's
Yeah,
very
I'd never
good.
seen it. We started watching the show The Offer, which is, I think we've talked about this before,
Yeah.
about the Godfather making,
Yeah.
and that led us to Rick's mother clutching pearls, saying, "You've never seen The Godfather? Put it on now." So we watched it when we were visiting
Girly.
her.
It's
It
The
was
offer was
really
actually
good.
better than I like the offer better than the actual movie, The
Yeah,
Godfather. But
the behind the scenes on how they
uh-huh.
were making it. It was really, really good. Um, and another a cult classic, which I actually saw 2 years or last year for the first time ever, Troop Beverly Hills with Shelley Long
Oh my goodness gracious. Yeah.
was released this day in 1989. So it took me this long to watch it. So, and it was really good. I really enjoyed it. um, and TV, The Office, like we talked about earlier, was really premiered in 2005 on this day. I never was a big fan of The Office. I like Steve Carell, but I never watched it. I've never seen one episode.
Daryl,
But
low-key best character.
yeah, I was gonna ask you who your favorites were.
I like Daryl.
I
Just
mean,
because
I know somebody from The Office that grew into his looks, and that's the
oh,
Krasinski.
Jim.
Oh,
hello, Jim. Yeah.
yum,
But I always
yum.
thought that Daryl, like, he just had this kind of quiet humor. I liked him.
Was he the
So
one with the glasses?
no, he's the black guy down
He
in
was
the
the black guy in the warehouse. Yeah.
Oh, oh, okay,
And
okay.
he's been in a lot of
Yeah,
stuff since then too. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
okay. And in 2006, Hannah Montana premiered.
Ooh.
A little bit of
Ugh.
Miley Cyrus there. I know we have some fans of Miley Cyrus. And on Broadway today was the premiere of The Book of Mormon opened in 2011. and went on to win 9 Tonys for including Best Musical. And I think everybody here has seen The Book of Mormon, correct?
Correct.
And some iteration, whether
Yes.
it's here or on Broadway. Um,
That's the only play I've ever seen
Wonderful.
twice.
Hello, my
Yeah.
name is.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
There were
It's
some
so
little
good.
Mormon guys in my neighborhood a couple of weeks ago. I saw them walking door to
Oh.
door.
And you were
Um,
like, "Hey, you guys want to come in?"
but if you know what, I decided if they came to my door, I was going to be nice to them and tell them I appreciated what they were doing. But I'm
Yeah.
not interested in
But I
that.
have a better God than you do, so get out of
And
here.
have a good day.
Have a good day. Here's the water.
Here's the bottle of water and have a great day. I was
Yeah.
going to be
Have a
nice to
great
them, but
day.
they didn't come to my house, but I did see them.
They saw you peeking through the blinds.
Oh,
Don't come here. Don't
I'm
come
totally
here.
glad it's Kravitz here. I mean, I'm not even gonna lie. I'm like, something's going on the street. I'm like at the
What's
window.
going on?
Yeah.
Um, and this wasn't today, but this happened in the past 3 days. On March 21st. Sadly, Pisces season has ended, and
Oh
now we've entered a new season, which is
no.
Aries season. Um, I made a
Didn't we get a
Facebook post
cake for
about
you on
this.
Or
Saturday? Like,
something.
didn't you celebrate your birthday
Well,
Saturday?
yeah, because it was the last day. But I will say that I will celebrate my friends' birthdays that were born in the season, but I will not celebrate the season as a whole because it's just no reason to. So
I don't even
I'm
understand
kidding.
all that, but okay.
It's just the signs, it's astrology,
I know, but I'm
astronomy,
just
all that good
saying,
stuff.
I don't
It's a
know, but the
personality thing.
the air got a lot lighter now that Pisces season is over and all
It's
emotions
yes,
are
and
gone.
but Mercury's in
Puffs and
retrograde
Kleenex.
again, isn't it?
Yeah,
Read that.
Puffs and
Mercury's in
Kleenex stock
retrograde.
went down because there's no crying anymore, and all that good stuff. All
No
the
hissy
emotions of
fits.
no hissy fits, which be very
Right,
proud.
like
I
that
haven't thrown a
season
hissy fit
stopped
in.
when it stopped.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't
Like
thrown
you
a
stopped
hissy
throwing
fit
a
in
fit. Yeah.
softball in a couple years. I'm happy on the softball field now. So, um, so that's this day, which those were some interesting things. Let's talk about, I would say movies, but there's not really been anything that's been released because nobody goes to the movies anymore. But if anybody, did anybody watch the movie? Since Parker Posey is like the hot thing now, she's always been the hot thing for me. But did anybody watch the new movie on HBO Max with her and Lisa Kudrow and Edie Falco? It's called The Parenting.
No,
It's
but
like
I will. Is it good?
It's like
it
a
is
horror
so.
comedy, right?
Yes, it's a horror comedy. It's not like scary at all. It's
Okay.
hilarious. It's about these two guys they're in a relationship and they rent a house out in the country to introduce their parents to each other, and one of them's going to propose to the other one without knowing. And so Lisa Kudrow and the guy from Breaking Bad, the cop, I don't
Oh
know what his name
yeah,
is,
the
the
brother-in-law.
big guy. Yeah, the
Jamie.
brother-in-law. Yeah. They played parents to one of the kids, and then the other kids' parents are Edie Falco and the guy from um Brian Cox from uh what's the God, I had it on my head. Succession. Did anybody watch Succession? The TV show
I
Succession?
never
He was
watched
the dad.
Succession. Okay.
He's been in a lot of movies. He's been in a lot of movies, but they play the other set of parents, and
Okay.
they move into. They spend the weekend in this house, and Parker Posey owns the house, or she keeps the grounds, and it's haunted, and you find out why it's haunted, and she plays hilarious, hilarious.
And she
So
kills
give it a
it like she
watch.
always does, right? I mean,
No,
she's always
it's more of a backstory to why she's watching the house
okay.
and all that good stuff. But and the whole thing is they summon a demon without knowing because it's the
Oh,
password. The
okay.
summoning spell is the password for the Wi-Fi, and so they can't connect, and so they say it over and over and over, and then that summons a demon. And she does it on purpose because she wants the demon to come out.
Gotcha.
But it's really funny. And then so that's the only movie that I've seen that I thought I would recommend. Now the TV. Let's talk about um The Pit. I hear we have a new fan of The Pit.
Yes, it's
How far did you get?
so good. So I'm on the episode where probably maybe the fifth episode. The
Okay.
um the Asian woman and her mom have come in. The mom has dementia, and they're afraid
Yes.
that the daughter has bolted. because she's so
Yes.
tired. So that's where I am.
Yes.
So, and then
Okay.
the
Yeah.
kid, the boy that had the fentanyl is in a coma. They all
Yes.
know he's brain dead, but they're doing all the tests for the parents
Yeah.
because they're
Yeah.
insisting, there's still a chance, but
Yeah.
it
Have they
is
already?
so good.
Yeah. I was telling, I know you've heard before when we were talking about it and you hadn't watched it. I just love the premise because it's like you get to actually like get a sense of feeling like that you see these characters for the entire season
Yes.
and you like kind of form it's somewhat of a relationship with them because you're like going through the stages like with the brain dead kid. It's like the stages of grief. Like, oh
Oh,
my God, it's so
absolutely.
sad.
Yeah.
Then it's
Oh, if you've seen,
acceptance.
are you caught up, Eva?
I haven't watched it. We haven't watched this week's episode, this
If
past
you thought
Thursdays.
it's stressful at the beginning, the end of the day is even worse. So
Okay.
I was like,
Yeah,
I was like, this is the worst day in history in this ER. Like, it's
Oh,
like, oh
yeah.
my
there can
And
never be a more stressful episode of TV, though, than the Christmas episode of The Bear,
Well, that one's rough.
the
oh, I don't watch
seven
that.
fishes or whatever.
Oh,
That was the most
The one with
yeah,
Jamie
stressful.
Lee Curtis. That's the one with Jamie
Oh
Lee
my
Curtis.
gosh.
yeah. That show's
Yeah,
Um,
intense anyway, but that episode was extra.
yeah, it was. But yeah, so the pit is very good. I
So
love the
good.
one
I'm so
hour
happy.
episodes that you've got
Yeah.
you're in the ER. I love the girl who's obviously on the spectrum and she's
Yes.
got her little coping mechanisms and
Yes.
yeah.
yeah.
She's Bryan Cranston's daughter in real life, by the way. Bryan
Oh,
Cranston from
okay.
Breaking Bad. Yeah, it's his
So
daughter
the
in real
good
life.
news is, and I'm not spoiling anything here, but
Yeah, that's fine.
the doctor that was on the roof, the very first episode when he
Yeah,
comes
is he
in,
back? Because he's cute.
he comes back
Okay, good.
because his night shift is kind of
Oh
crossing
yeah,
over,
so he's gonna come
and he
back
has
on.
to actually come in early. But and I was like, "Ooh, Eva, who's that? I am
Yeah,
now
he's
obsessed with
cute.
Yeah.
him."
He
What was
was
he
in The
on, Eva?
Faculty. The
On the
Faculty, the
faculty
movie The
as
Faculty.
a kid, though.
Uh, yeah, as a kid. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, he was a
he's a
kid.
But
young kid.
yeah, it's good. I think we talked about like I feel like the two shows we've talked about, the White Lotus and Nest, they did a great job casting both
Yeah.
because it's just
Yeah,
such a good mix of people.
it is.
And
And good news, it just got renewed for a second season. So
yay.
we get day two.
And I love the
Right.
head nurse. There's always a sassy head nurse,
Oh
right? That
yeah.
keeps
Oh my
everything under
God, she's
control.
amazing.
Yeah.
But you haven't gotten to the part, just wait.
Okay.
She's it gets good. It
But
Okay.
gets
I'm like,
much
we're sitting
better.
there watching them. Like, so the three new, like the two medical students, this
Yeah.
is their first day. I'm like, can you imagine this is your
Oh,
Yeah.
and
first
the
day
one little guy that's changed scrubs like four
from
times in the
Right.
first
Nebraska?
3 hours.
Yes.
He's been peed on, vomited on,
Yeah.
spit
Blood.
on,
Yeah.
like you name
Yeah.
it.
It's so funny watching
It's
him go to
good.
the scrub machine every time he's
Every
with a
time.
patient. It's like, again? Like,
Bless his heart.
yeah,
Yeah.
again.
But so by next week,
Um,
I'll be all caught up with it. It's very good.
okay, good, good. We'll be caught up. I think we're gonna watch it tonight. But also I didn't know this, but it was actually up in the air if they were gonna have a season two because Michael Crichton, who originally created ER, is suing the hit for I think copyright infringement or some sort of like I don't know, like copying them and the whole ER premise and
Get
everything.
over it.
But I think it just got thrown out and they said no, it's its own show, and which is kind of ironic because Noah Wiley was on both of them.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh wow, maybe
Is
And
they're
his
he
probably
was
gonna
character's
and
finish
name
he
the
Noah
was
same
Wiley.
in both?
and he was
No,
like
no.
the green little medical student on ER, and now he's the head guy.
Yeah,
So
now
he's
he's the head
come full
honcho.
circle.
And the nurse, the sassy nurse, she was in an episode of ER as
Oh, was she
well.
really?
But when she was young, when she was much
I
younger,
think
so
she
it
was. I
was
think she was she on Two and a Half Men at some point too. I think she was one of Charlie's
no, no,
women on Two and a
probably.
Half Men.
Yeah.
I used to watch that.
Um, she's been on a lot of stuff. But yes, the pit. Um, now, oh, before we get into the big the final one, um, there's a new show that premiered this past Friday called The Residents with Uzo Aduba, and it's
Oh yeah.
Oh
from Orange is the New
yeah.
Black,
And Kylie
and it's got
Minogue.
Kylie Minogue. It's got a ton of people. It's got um, oh gosh, now that I have to name them, the woman, the daughter that married the son, the black son, and This Is Us. Did anybody watch This Is Us?
The
She was
daughter
the
that married
sister-in-law.
the black son.
the sister-in-law, the black,
Oh
the
yeah.
black.
Oh, I loved her.
Yeah,
Yeah. Beth. Beth. Yeah.
Beth. She's sort of the main character.
Oh, okay.
And it's got the guy from it's from Breaking Bad. He was the bad guy. He was the drug dealer. What was his name? What was his code name from the chicken
Lalo,
place? Yes,
What was
yes,
his name?
he's in it.
the old guy in the wheelchair, Lalo, or the young guy.
No, he's the Hispanic guy.
Oh, the
They were all Hispanic guys.
no, no. I know who you're talking about. The one that
He was in the
would,
Mandalorian.
like owned the chicken place, or was the head guy at the chicken place. What was his name?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
Gene.
yeah. You know what I'm
You
talking
know what I'm
about.
talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah,
Yeah.
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 Los Hermanos
So
brothers.
he's in it. Yeah, he's in it. And then there's just a whole cast of people. Jane from Happy Endings is in it. The type A sister, if you ever watched Happy Endings, who's
Mm.
hilarious. So it's the premise is the guy from Breaking Bad, he's the head usher, and they're having the state dinner with the Prime Minister of Australia and all of the Australian people because tensions with the Australian and US governments have been strained. And so they invite them to the White House to have a party. And so they think, how are we going to get these Australians over here? Oh, we'll have Kylie Minogue. Everybody loves Kylie Minogue, especially Australians. And
Ah,
so she's performing a concert downstairs in the dining hall, and upstairs the head usher gets murdered, and you don't know why. And so they put the Washington D.C. police on it, and they bring in Uzo Aduba, who's they outsourced to her. She's like this kind of this detective in the vein of like Sherlock Holmes and stuff, and she's just very quirky and just weird, and they're just like trying to keep it all under wraps. Oh, Julian McMahon is the Prime Minister of Australia from Charmed,
Oh,
Cole from
nice.
Charmed, and
Nice.
he looks good. He still looks good. And then and the president is gay. And so it's the first gentleman and he's the president. So and the first gentleman's mom is Jane Curtin from Kate and
okay.
Alley and SNL. So it's got a huge cast. But we watched the first episode just to see, what it was like. And they're hour-long episodes. There's 8, and we were hooked. So give it a shot. It's on Netflix. If you enjoy some
What's it
detective,
called
and
again?
each episode is
It's
what's that?
on
What's it called again?
the
The
resident.
Residents. Yeah.
Residence.
And each episode is named after a murder. Like the
Okay.
first episode is Follow the House of Usher, Dial In for Murder. So it's kind of a play on all that. Um, and now the big one, The White Lotus. I'm all caught
No,
up.
no, 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 I'm not.
Andy's not caught up.
Oh,
So we
Andy,
keep talking about
Andy.
last
He
night.
Nope.
he can't watch
Well,
it
I
with
guess
his
it's not
parents
something you
there,
can watch with your
probably.
parents.
Yeah.
Nope.
oh, yeah.
How
Not
far
a
have you
word.
gotten?
I'm caught up
How far have you
except for,
gotten?
except for Sunday, this past one.
Okay, so we can talk all the way up to that.
Yeah. I'm completely
Um,
caught up.
okay, so what do you think?
So, the Ratliff family was so perfectly cast. I mean, like so perfectly cast. Everybody in there. And Schwarzenegger is like the perfect rich douchebag. Like
Bro.
everything about him is like perfect. Of course, Parker Posey is flawless. And I love the
The
dad's
dad.
Carolina
The
accent.
dad.
It's
Oh, so
fantastic.
hot.
Uh,
So cute.
the
And you're gonna see
group
his
of
dingling.
yeah, we've got to see his stuff. The group of 3 girls is hilarious.
Oh,
So, oh, I love you so much. We're BFFs, but as soon as one walks away, the other 2 are talking about that. So typical.
Especially
So,
this last episode. I'm not ruining anything, Andy,
yeah,
but
so
we're
the
not
perfect.
claws
spoiling
come
anything.
This
out
is why
this
they're wearing up
episode.
spacesuits for the women. This right here.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
perfect, but
so
a
of
group of
the
women,
girls,
it's gonna
yeah.
happen.
So we'll stop right there. But of the group of girls, which one are you? I think I have a little bit of all of them in me.
Yeah.
But I love the bolder one that's like, I'm just gonna do it. What? I like to be direct.
And which one is that? Is that
The
That's the
short hair,
divorce one, the
not
single one,
yeah, the divorce one, the one that lives in New York.
okay, the one that's in
single
the
one. Yeah.
upstairs by herself. The
Yeah,
other
the one that's
thing, yeah.
upset. Yeah,
Not
that's by
Leslie
herself.
Bibb or the actress.
Not Leslie Bibb.
Leslie
Leslie Bibb
Bibb,
is
yeah, it's
Yeah.
fantastic.
yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Amazing.
but the
So
monologue.
it's all fantastic. Everything's fantastic.
The
It's
only part of the show that I'm not really and maybe I don't know enough about it yet, is the woman who's there as the new massage therapist, and her son's coming to
Oh
visit,
yeah,
and she's
She was in the
and
first season.
she was in the first
She was in the
season.
first two.
so
No,
does she
she was in the
recognize
second
the
one.
First one,
guy
yeah,
from
first
a
one, yeah.
previous season? Does she recognize
She
that?
was in the first season, and Jennifer Coolidge's character was going to support her to start like her
Yeah,
own spa
Right,
or
right,
something.
right. Okay,
And
okay.
then so
and she
she
fell
knows
off
the guy that Jennifer Coolidge was there with, and
Oh,
she
And
in
knows
she was
something's
Hawaii.
up.
married. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
she
Yeah,
died at the end of the second one. Yeah,
So this
Yeah.
is a
yeah,
continuation of the first season.
Yeah.
yeah,
So
I
just
guess I
that
forgot
storyline. Yeah,
about.
just that story.
I forgot he
Yeah,
was in it. I guess
yeah,
maybe
yeah.
that's
yeah.
why I was
You know who
confused.
that is, right? That actor,
Uh,
Uncle Rico from Napoleon Dynamite.
oh.
just picture him with hair throwing a football.
Yes, with that wig throwing a football on the field. Um, yes. So the monologue, the Sam
Okay.
Rockwell cameo,
Does
the
Sam
monologue.
Rockwell that
Oh my
Wa-
God.
Candy, you've seen
Walton
that part, right?
Goggins' face, like throughout
Yeah.
that whole thing, was just
Oh,
absolute perfection. It was just, he's like, he's
And it
like,
kept
I don't want to
going.
be a lady boy.
It just
I
kept going.
know.
He would add one
It
more
just
thing, and
kept
you're
going.
like, wait,
It's,
what?
yes, it was
What?
just,
Realized I wanted to be them.
And
yeah.
there's
I
and there's
know.
a and then I paid a girl to sit in the corner. I'm like, what? What?
And that's
This
why
is
I don't
this.
drink. That was his response. And
I
now
can
I'm sober.
I can imagine this is like the comparison to the substance when you thought it was over, but then it goes on for another 15 minutes and it just gets
And
ridiculous. Like
about
that
as
just
graphic.
it got continuously like, oh my gosh. And his looks were everything. And he's just so like he's so in it. And he's just, yeah, I
And
even
I
paid
think,
them to come and rail me.
and I have to say that I feel like Walton Goggins, I feel like he's one of those actors that just like kills it in everything he's in. I feel like
Yeah.
he's always been a
Yeah.
little bit underrated, but just goes
Yeah.
in and does such a bang up job in everything.
Yeah.
I love him and I love his girlfriend with all her teeth.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
oh yes. Did
Because
you
I
ever
saw
watch
an
Sex
interview with her
Education?
where she was
Uh-huh.
saying she could never, she didn't think she'd make it in America because she could never play an American because they would
Yeah.
make her do something with her teeth. She was like,
Yeah.
Americans would
She
never
was
have
in
teeth
the
like mine. So,
She was in the TV show Sex Education on Netflix. I don't know if you ever
okay.
watched it. I know, but she was one of the students in that show, and she was hilarious. She was just quirky as well.
It's
Um,
great though. There's only a couple of episodes. Like I've come in
so
at the
yeah,
very end, and then now there's only two episodes
yeah,
left. So, um,
yeah.
I'm anxious to see what's going to
Who
happen.
do you? What are your theories? What is Andy? What is your theory as to the beginning of the first episode and what happens? What's your theory?
I have no
'Cause I've read
idea.
a lot of weird ones.
I
I've
heard
read
that
a lot of weird ones.
those three girls were going to get trafficked. Um,
They're saying that those guys could be like sex workers,
Yeah.
right?
yeah,
The
Yeah,
Russian guys.
yeah,
yeah.
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 So I don't know.
I heard it. I heard it's anywhere from it's the dad who, gets his comeuppance and, he's just ending it all. Or it's as far as a monkey grabs the gun and just starts randomly shooting. Because
Mhm.
they've been really good
Uh,
about, have you seen the
yes.
monkeys? Have you seen the monkeys? Like, oh, yeah, have you
Well,
seen
look behind
monkeys? I'm
you.
like, yeah. It's like,
I
yeah,
read
it's like,
something about somebody was saying that they think it's just going to end
yeah,
up being the monkeys. And
being the monkeys. But can
because
we
then
all agree
after,
that,
and I'm not going to spoil anything for Andy, but then after the most
yeah,
recent episode, I'm like, well, maybe it's the oldest brother. I'm like, maybe,
yeah, oh,
Mhm.
yeah. But can we all agree that the security guard is the worst at his job?
Mhm.
Oh, but he's so lovable.
He is, but he is in love with that girl. That's all
Oh,
he
he
cares
Oh, he
about.
is.
is. He is.
And
He
apparently
is.
she's like the most famous person on the show, right? Is she some K-pop star or something? Mookie?
Oh, is she?
Is that it? I was reading that she's
Luke,
like
Oh,
some K-pop
Luke,
star.
oh, I didn't know.
I didn't either, but
Oh,
I read that somewhere.
yeah.
But this,
I'm.
and
Uh,
again, I'm not spoiling it,
yeah.
but the opening of this last um episode
Yes.
where the guy, speaking of the gun,
Yeah.
and I was like,
Yeah.
what just happened? And I'm
Oh
like,
yeah.
oh,
I was like,
he wasn't real.
no. Yeah.
Like,
I
oh
was
And
like,
my
then
shit,
and
that
then
was quick.
midway through, Rick's like, no, no, and I'm like, think about it, Rick.
Well, there were
You know,
two scenes in that episode related to that
yeah,
topic. And I was like,
Mhm.
what the
yeah.
hell? I'm like,
And you
That's
weren't
what he was
saying
screaming
no,
at the
no.
second
You were
one.
going, no,
No.
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 Yes. It's oh my gosh. And the sister is like,
Piper,
yes,
she's a
it's up.
mess.
The cat's out of the bag.
But
You
you know,
want to live in Taiwan?
I saw a picture of the three kids, which I wasn't paying attention on the first episode on the three kids when they were on the boat on the way over,
Oh
and they
yeah.
were sitting
Yeah.
there, and it was like they hear no evil, see no evil, speak no
Uh,
evil. They were sitting there.
Yeah.
One of them had his eyes covered. She had on headphones, and another one had a drink over his mouth, and it's like all the little
Yeah.
symbolism in there is like,
A little Easter eggs. Yeah.
yeah.
Um, I'm interested to see what the next
How
episode.
many episodes are
Candy,
left?
Just two.
there's eight.
Two.
There's two.
Two?
There's
Oh,
And
eight. Yeah.
yeah, just to clarify, in the last season, Jennifer Coolidge did die, right?
Yeah.
Her
She died.
character
Yeah.
did
She was
die.
the body floating. Yeah. She
Okay.
was the body that died.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's been
It'd
people
be
saying
kind of
that.
cool if she wasn't dead. So
Right. There's people saying that, Jennifer Coolidge before the season that, she needed to be on there and she had to, and now they're just saying Parker's slipped into that role and she's actually a little bit better, I think. Well, I'm
and it's
biased,
funny, they
but
go back to the Christopher Guest movies together anyway.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. And she actually got reacquainted with the director at one of her parties because she does a big Halloween
Okay.
party every year. And that's where he
How can
reached
we
out
get
to
on
Parker
that guest
Posey.
list?
I
Be
know.
famous.
That's great.
Kind of.
Um,
I mean,
We
but
need more
yeah,
listeners
so
to our podcast. And we need
we got like
sponsors.
7 listeners.
We need
sponsors,
more. We need
sponsors.
to triple that at
But
least.
At least triple it.
anything
Okay.
else? Anything
can we
else?
get
Anybody
Parker on
wants
the
to mention?
show? Can we get Parker?
Oh, I saw her. I saw her in person.
I feel like I probably know somebody who knows her, like in
Probably.
Mississippi.
Oh yeah, Laurel.
Yeah.
They're all related
Rick's,
anyway. You
I
probably know
think
somebody.
Rick's
Cousin.
grandparents are buried in Laurel. I think you said.
And Laurel, yeah. I know I've got friends from Laurel. I'll see what they can do. I think she has a twin brother, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, she does. She has a twin brother.
Yeah.
And there is a
Yes.
new episode of the Spring Baking Show this evening on. So.
Yes, tonight. Are you spring
Y'all wanna
bakers?
see
Are you
Jesse?
bakers?
I haven't watched the baking shows, but that's Jesse
Watch
Palmer.
it just for Jesse Palmer.
Oh, he's such a cutie.
Okay.
And I think I mentioned this last. I think I mentioned this last week. Now that he's a real dad, like it's just like the dad jokes are now like
But do you feel
understandable.
like he's
But
a
now
little bit hotter now that he's a
now
dad?
he is. He
Yeah.
is, and then he just does that button, and he's like, ugh, the gray.
They
It's like
dress him
getting
well.
Like,
grayer.
They dress
He's
him
just
really
like
well.
a manly man now, right?
And he's just got that. To think that he was a football player, who's turned into such a great TV personality
a lot
and
of fun.
host.
Yeah.
Like it's just, I love him. It's great.
Oh,
All right.
Mm.
Anything else?
Even
All
did
right.
you see that Apple TV lost $1 billion last year?
Yeah.
No. Why?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they just reported the past few days like Apple TV lost $1 billion last year.
But they
All
don't
their
really,
production,
God.
everything. Yeah,
but they don't really
Ow.
care. They're not concerned about it.
yeah,
Yeah.
it doesn't back to them, but $1
Yeah,
billion
they got some
trying to get that off the ground.
I mean,
Are
that
they
that
discontinuing them?
no, that company's
No.
company's worth like $3 trillion.
I'm sure they're just looking at like this is what it costs to produce all this stuff. This is our
Apple TV.
subscription.
Oh,
But they're
That's-
they're using your data. They're doing all kinds of other shit out of this. Yeah,
That's
they're selling iPads. They're
That's what
selling
the article
iPads.
said. That's what
And
the article- they don't care.
and
They don't care.
23andMe filed for bankruptcy. If anybody
Yes, I did see
gotten
that.
their DNA results.
can I
I
have
put my
I think
DNA a
that-
lot of places, but not there.
I don't trust
God.
that. Why do they need my DNA? I don't trust that.
well,
I don't need anybody
do
telling
you-
me I'm your dad. I'm good.
Have you done that, Shannon?
I did
The 23andMe?
Ancestry.com.
Ancestry, yeah, same
Ancestry.com.
thing.
Mhm.
You have a profile.
Yeah.
The government has your profile.
Yeah.
See, there you go. The government has your profile.
There was no big shock. It was
Right.
all Western Europe.
Bunch of white people.
And a bunch of white people knew I knew that already. So
You
I-
were hoping
I'm
for
always-
something like a
I'm always-
curveball.
Surprised at the people that get their pets DNA done. It's like
why?
they're a dog, right? I
Why?
mean,
So when do Joey's results come in on what breed is he?
he's a precious little baby boy.
Okay.
That's all it says.
I mean, are they looking to identify you are the father of this dog? Like, what do you need there?
It's more if you
DNA?
have like a mutt and you want to
If
know
you
what
have
your
a
dog
mutt and
is.
you're
Yeah,
curious as to
Yeah.
what they're
like what they are. Yeah.
They want some validity on why they
So
got
you
them
send
in
your
a kill
DNA
shelter.
Let
and
me
you
tell you what
send a
it is.
picture and they make it up.
It's people with too much money. It's what it is.
Okay.
People
And
with
yes,
too much money. that are
Yeah.
a little obsessed with their pets. I mean, I'm obsessed with this guy, but not like that. I'm not spending that money on him. As I told Andy the other day, I mean, before he came to my house, he was drinking ditch water. I mean, so yeah, I'm not spending that much on him.
Be thankful for the tap.
He gets the 89-cent fancy feast. So that's
There you go.
All right, kids.
All
Was that a
right.
wrap?
Yeah.
That's
It's a
it.
wrap.
else?
Anything
Yay.
else?
Nope.
Everybody catch up on White Lotus so we can talk about it next week.
Next
Because
week.
now that I'm in it, I'm
Yes.
in it.
See you
Love
next
your
Yeah.
brothers.
Monday.
Everybody have a good week.
All right, bye,
Bye.
y'all.
Bye,
guys.
everybody.